Finally, I have everything that I need. Thanks to that mad poet, I have the Necronomicon and a destination, finally, to locate the forgotten city of Neruzavin. This journey will be a long one, surely across land and seas both. But after all the effort that has been put forth, after everything I have attempted over the last few years, this is the victory lap. I will be denied no longer. The black stars beckon, and I will find them. I am Count Hasserton Lowells IV, and when I am done here, no academic throughout the inner seas will forget this name. Somewhere, deep within these sands, I will build history.
Welcome back, everybody, to a somber opening here aboard the Sullen Starling. When last we left our adventurers, we had woken to a distressing scene. Well, most of us had woken at all. Easy still slumbers, left in his bunk in the cabin, unable to be woken by anything that any of you have been able to try. A whirlwind of panic, activity, and emotion as we realized one by one how dire this situation seems to truly be. Reese took it fairly hard. After all, he had offered to her multiple times they could just leave. They didn't have to keep pursuing this. You don't need to chase Lowells. You don't need to find Carcosa. You could just go live a life. With the resources you have, and the skills you've proven time and time again, any of you could forsake this path and just make new names for yourselves. And where better than the River Kingdoms, the shores you now sail by. And in Easy's mind, we'd hope that may be exactly what's happening. But his dream and his fate is unknown. As we start today, gathered around coping with our first real personal loss. There's been some in the past. Certainly not to undermine the loss of, well, Greeny's predecessor. Much more abrupt and very violent end. You've had companions you've had to leave behind. Some that have not made it. But none as close as Easy. None that have woken up with you that first day in Briarstone Asylum with no idea how you got there. Reese has started to calm down and collect herself, and apologizing for her outburst, she moves back over to the bedside. Leaning against the post next to Easy's bunk as she has so many mornings before, head down, though, just near motionless. What are the rest of you doing?
I walk out on deck.
You head out to a morning like any other. The sun just twinkling past the horizon, bright orange light streaking through the trees on the banks. The Sullen Starling making its way down the river as it has day after day after day of this voyage.
I think
You want to go ahead and, introduce yourself real quick at the end of that?
I'm Colby. I play MD, full-blooded orc rogue, covered head to toes in scarred tattoos and not looking hot. A lot of emotion.
As you stagger out to the deck, you're still woozy. You'd fought a horrifying creature. A story too common for the group of you at this point, but one with much more persistent effects. Parasites that have burrowed into your skin and leave you feeling nauseous, the world spinning, your knees weak underneath you. You are fatigued. It's difficult for you to move. You feel tired. You have a penalty to your armor class. If a fight should break out just from the fact that you're a bit slower, you can't really focus enough to take exploration activities. And beyond that, you are slowed 1. If something should happen, you only have 2 actions a turn rather than 3. These parasites are debilitating. Your eyes starting to turn a sickly orange, your skin pale, pain just radiating through your body. And the rest of you, as he steps out the door, you can see him stumble.
I imagine I'd be going with him because I can tell he is not in great ways.
And who are you?
Howdy, I'm Derp, and I play Trey, the frontline hobgoblin fighter with a pokey stick, and in the dream, a really cool shield.
I think I'm Marcus. I play Marius, the Ghoul Dwarf Ranger, and I think he would probably just kind of silently walk off. Kind of, he's gonna go fishing, but it's not really trying. It's just kind of sitting there and thinking and trying to process this. It's not really accomplishing anything.
Gathering your things to distract yourself as you do most days. This leaves us with last and physically least.
Strongest in the party.
Strongest in the party. Our muscle.
Thank you. I am the tank. I'm Sully. I play Cammy, the itty bitty gnomish witch, who's currently not feeling so hot. I think I would just sort of like, I mean, me and Reese have started to sort of rekindle the relationship that I know that we must have had before I forgot everything that I ever knew. Just sort of seated kind of across from her. Not really saying anything, just sort of watching, but being present, just sort of stunned. I mean, what can you do?
MD, make me a fortitude save.
Also, as part of fatigue, I have -1 to saving throws too.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
And well, before you roll that, I have good news. A hero point for the chair.
Yeah.
Oh.
In memoriam of Easy from Vatolander. Just, I guess, just give it to Greenie.
Give it to Greenie.
Give it to the little
Greenie.
lizard. Give him the first card in his hand. There he goes.
That works.
What's it say, Greenie?
What's it yeah, Greenie, do you want to say thanks?
As I'm walking out, I'm taking down a bottle of the anti-plague, like the 20 that I have on my person
You
now.
have been drinking them since you left Riverton, of
little
course,
shots.
just
Just
hoping
like
it will
shots,
do
just
something. But this parasitic infection is certainly extremely severe.
Come on, Colby.
Rolled an 8,
Okay.
so it's 25 total.
25 is a failure. So as you step out onto the deck, Trey coming to follow you, MD, you feel your knees buckle, and you don't take 2 steps past through the doorway before you fall and fold. And all of you hear his body hit the deck. You are paralyzed. You can barely move. The parasites inside of you are ravaging your body to the point where you're conscious, and that's about it. You're too weak to stand. At this, kind of Reese's head snaps up, and she seems to sort of be brought back into focus for a moment. She shakes her head and looks towards the door, and then as you all are looking at the door, you and Marius, and you're getting his fishing gear, see her look at that door, and then look across at the far side of the cabin. And both of you turn to look and see something inexplicable. There is a door. A door in the side of the cabin on what would be the outer edge of the ship. All the way across the room from Easy's bunk. And just as you see it, you hear a doorknob click and the door swing open.
I'm in the room.
You're in the room getting your fishing gear, getting ready to head out.
Oh, yeah.
Bow's up.
You raise your bow, Reese
Gun.
immediately reaches for her rapier. He pulls out her gun. Even stranger is what you see in the open space. The riverbanks going by, just the air, but also...
Right. I will...
Just says that as you walk into the door.
Excuse me. Pardon. You want me to introduce myself?
Go ahead! Please do!
My,
I think it requires explanation.
probably. I don't know. Do I move the lizard or
He lives there.
do I? Is there another space I could take over? I don't know. Yeah. My name's Brett. Do I do my last name? Do you guys do last names? Don't look me up.
I don't even use my name.
He's just derp. So, like,
Can I move
You
it?
can
I'm gonna nicely just put that.
You can throw him
I don't know.
aggressively.
I mean, there's a sense of respect.
I'm open.
I'm
I'm open.
Maybe he'll give you
Yeah,
some good luck.
so, you want me to explain
what do
my...
we see?
Okay, so the door opens, and as it opens, you actually just, all you see is a cane and an arm just come up because being above sea level. And then you just see me just kind of crawl up through the door. Oh, man, you guys are quite hard to find. And then I get up and I take my pipe and empty out the water. Let's put that in my pocket.
This
Oh,
man is soaking wet. Like he has
Soaking
just
wet.
climbed out of
Hat.
the waters of the Selin River.
Oh, please, I see you've drawn your
You
weapons.
see,
I promise you.
you see like four people.
I'm like not even
weapons drawn. There's a gun. There's a bow. There's
not
a,
even
a
looking
rapier
at him
and a
anymore.
dagger.
Just like
Dude face on the ground.
this Family Guy pose just crumpled on the floor of the doorway.
I have been in the most positive way. Have been tracking you all. I've been trying to find you, not in a bad way. I am from Thrushmoor. I'm from the sleeping agency.
What?
I'm a detective.
Why?
What do you mean? Why have I been tracking you?
What could you possibly have had? What could they have needed us for? They couldn't have told us before they left. Lady Rents is the one who gave us this damn boat.
Well, I have been.
And you hear from up top, "Hey! That's not her boat!" Don't listen to the halfling.
I have been, well, kind of put on your guys' case quite late. Well, not exactly your case. I've been doing many other things, but it led me to you all. And, hold on. Is that one of yours down?
Wait, I recognize you.
Yes. Take your time.
You don't work for the agency. You were fired.
Well,
It was Reginald, I believe.
yes, Reginald. Yes, that is my name. Yes. Reginald Sedacious. And so, well, I was taking a case a little too far, and yes, I was called to do other things, and I couldn't get the case out of my brain, because whenever you are an investigator, sometimes you really get tied up in your work, and really the work isn't so much of a job as more of a lifestyle, and that's kind of where I'm at now, and it led me to you all.
So Lady Rants let you go, and you decided to follow us anyway. All the way down the Sillen River across 3 countries? For what?
Well, like I said, when you're an investigator like I am, and quite a studious detective, money and job is not the hierarchy. Really is doing what is right and figuring out what you need to figure out. And so I've been led to you all.
I'm gonna kind of back up towards the door and shove out the, like, holding the gun out. I'm gonna open it up and just get down here!
Marius still has bow drawn and mouth agape, completely confused. Can I roll to try to wake up?
That's so good.
you kind of blink and focus. And, like, what the hell? It would be sure convenient if this morning wasn't an actual morning that was happening. Also pretty convenient if Cammy had another hero point. Link 1429 says George wants this to go to Cammy.
George!
The cat has spoken.
George gets.
So you do see a relatively attractive looking guy, kind of looks like Keanu Reeves, but with like gray hair, and somewhat taller man. And I was like,
Silver Fox Keanu Reeves. All right,
pretty much exactly where.
Isn't that just where Keanu Reeves is going right now?
Yeah,
we replaced our average looking with relatively attractive. All right, we've upgraded.
They look the same.
We become honest men.
We're not replacing him yet.
We've been honest with ourselves. You guys all saw what does he look like.
I tell you, to gain your trust, I this is not my normal form, and not many people see me in multiple forms. And as that's happening, I actually transform into you see my same kind of peppered hair, like grayish hair happens, but you see like a lot of fur come out, and it's to see the transformation is kind of vulnerable for me to show you guys because it's the face, and you see me turn into a fox, and as I do,
turn into a fox.
I turn into
okay.
a
That's not a statement you could just like. No. You see me turn into a fox. Like, hold on.
And as you see, it's a much older fox. I just tend to hunch. I was all nice and upright, and then I kind of just hunch over and squint my eyes a bit, put on my glasses, and then. The hat's all there.
No! Yes. As soon as this guy who conjured a door and crawled into our room
still
starts
soaking
to
wet.
turn into anything, I'm immediately like, on the ground! Get on the ground! Down! Get down! Get down! Get down here!
With a tiny little goat pistol.
Probably about that time, I would have picked up Easy and had him, MD, and had him
pick up
all of our hearts.
Pick up both of them.
He's in our hearts.
This is a lot. I'd have picked up MD, and I would be bringing him down the stairs, see that, and just turn around and take him back onto the.
What the hell are you?
Well, actually, my full name is Reginald Sedacious Fox, and yes, I am
that down.
quite.
It's the only name you've written down.
Fox. You're all right. Well, what admittedly little I know about this one is that he should be relatively harmless. I don't know why he's here. The fact he's managed to track us is interesting.
I do notice you have somebody sick in your midst, and I could possibly help.
It's awfully convenient.
Isn't it? And you are on the ground, correct?
I basically,
I don't know where I'm at. Trey came in,
I basically
and
have
then
him at the
back
top
up to
of
the
the
deck.
stairs.
Oh, okay.
He's like at the doorway to the deck.
He's not princess carrying me.
He's like,
I'm strong enough to.
Did I like notice any of the sickness or ailments
you can
on him?
definitely see he is not well.
But he's not in the room.
He's at the top. He's like at the doorway.
You
He's
can
like the
see
top
him.
of the stairs.
Okay.
You can see him there. It's not a big chamber. The cabin of the cell in Starling is maybe like 12 by 25. It's not a large space.
Now it's got a draft.
There's four of you and one of me. I mean, I could just help him.
MD? Upstairs?
The sick one. I have some ointments and thing I could possibly use to treat his
Skin wiggling.
Yeah, you could literally see like bright orange pustules that have grown out, starting to writhe and twitch across his skin.
He doesn't look so
He is
good.
Not
Do you mind
well.
lowering your weapons?
I'm gonna really narrow my gaze and kind of look him up and down.
You could quickly bring your weapons back up if I'm that much of a threat. I promise. I mean you no harm.
He was
Okay.
sent to investigate Iris Hill. He was looking into the Count's affairs, into Melisand's affairs, into our affairs. wasn't particularly good at it, from what I recall. But
It's not nice.
You think you can help him?
I'm pretty sure I can. I've gotten this far all the way by myself, and I, have
how did you swim out to a moving boat? How did you put a door in the side of the damn hall? And on top of here, what?
I think it goes away, actually. I never really actually checked back after I used this thing.
Due to our connection, mine and Cammy's connection, she knows that I am close to death.
If
You
think,
would know he has gone, like he is mechanically paralyzed. You would feel that he is barely alive.
if you think that you can treat him.
If you think that you have something to help them, let her see what you've got. She can
Well,
judge
it's
that you're
more
not using poison or
you just
something.
like what do you want to see? Like the gauze and the ointments that
Pockets.
I have? Pockets. It's just goop. Like it's.
I'm gonna like.
So it's just like
Since
it's
I'm
all-
so small, I'm gonna go like under, like as if I'm parting a curtain, just his trench coat. Start like messing around, and I'm gonna
What are you buying?
take a look.
What are you selling?
Make sure he's clean.
Please don't touch too many things.
Ah, what you got in here?
All right. Okay.
All right, hey, hey, yeah, just a random question. What's your perception modifier again? Presents motive?
Also, she's
Where'd it go?
paranoid.
Where'd it go?
Yeah, that's why I'm asking. That's,
thank
that is
you.
the first of the question. Yes.
14.
What?
14 for
14?
perception.
Curious. So
Curious. So
curious, Reginald, sir. On your sheet,
Yes.
welcome to learning Pathfinder starting at 9th level. You have a list of skills down there at the bottom left. One of
Correct.
them is deception.
Yes.
There is a concept of a DC, a skill DC.
14.
It's going to be 10 plus that number. So you're 14, it's 24 would be your deception DC. Whether or not you are trying to hide anything, that is what the sense motive is rolled against. So this is like the peak of things that make you paranoid.
Yeah.
I mean, it's paranoia. You're convinced everyone's out to get you. And the strange
because they are.
man fox showing up through a door he made in the side of a ship a month and a half outside of Thrushmoor, claiming to be from the Sleepless Agency, who immediately wants to start doing things to your most vulnerable member. Certainly seems suspicious to you.
You're so right.
I promise you this. You all can take me out immediately. I'm just doing my job. Well,
Okay,
it's
no, go over.
self-induced job.
You were
actually.
fired from your job.
Well, it's my own job, actually. That's really how that is. It's a personal agenda that I have.
The fact that he's here is exactly the reason that we heard Rance got rid of him. Madison told us that he wouldn't leave well enough alone, and Rance wasn't willing to push the issue, so she let him go. And what do you know? Here he is.
Well, listen, sometimes you run into red tape where red tape shouldn't be, and that makes you cause more
The
questions.
tape is
I'm
there
a-
for a reason. Your protection.
No, that's more than that. When you ask the right questions and then all of a sudden you don't get the right answers, that is... It's too confusing. for me, too
Here,
much confusion.
MD groan. Just let him do whatever he's going to do.
You could keep that aimed at me if you want to.
I
Either
take
it
it.
helps or it ends the pain.
If you honestly think that you can do something,
Mm-hmm. Well, I can try. It's-
then go ahead. But I'm gonna stay right here.
all right. And like you see like a roughly like an innocent looking fox. He's just all right, he's kind of old. He's kind of an old guy.
There's nothing innocent about my look.
right.
I want to keep my bow on trained on you and give you an intimidating glare, just for a little.
Do I roll for something against that? Like, am I-
So you...
He loves
Staring
to do
at
this.
I don't know if you want me to have a negative to rolls right now.
Mean mug over here. Bad
You-
cop through and through.
approach MD, who
Hasn't worn off yet.
not breathing much, not really moving. Seems like he's really too weak to do much of anything. You can move around, like you can pull yourself around and crawl, paralyzed out of combat. You're enough to do that, but standing seems like it's pushing the limit of what you can do right now. He is severe. And just looking at him, you can tell that this affliction is an incredibly lethal one. And whatever its cause, whatever its effects, at the moment, he certainly does not look like he's likely to survive it. So, what do you do?
I think...
Not skills and rolls wise, what do you do?
Oh, okay. I see that it's first I assess the body, and if it has wherever there is a fleshy part discoloration, and see how far it's spread, and or is it just like one located area?
At this point, it's covering a large amount of his body.
Okay.
It looks like it's fairly concentrated on one side. So
Okay.
you can see a wound
Yeah.
that must have been the initial strike, but it has spread across much of his torso, his neck, his eyes even have like an orange tinge. to it.
So I would go to the wound itself that basically started it all, I would pull out. I have this extra little bag that has. Once I open up this little pouch, it is some potent smelling stuff there's only so little of it too. It's quite disgusting smelling, but it gets the job done, and I have this in a special pouch for a reason, to keep the scent down because it is gross, or just strong. And so I take some of that, I mix some of that in. I also get out some gauze and things like that, extra little wrappings and
As
things.
soon as you mix this together, and what you're taking is to the initial wound, you touch this injury, and you feel for a moment almost like you are falling. Not free falling, but you know that feeling when you think there's one more step in the stair than there actually is, and your foot just catches air. That moment of tumbling forward before the abrupt stop. That jerking motion. And you almost seem like you're looking over yourself. An out-of-body experience of a kind. Two phantasmal, withering scenes before you of Reginald kneeling down, this file in hand, over the body of MD. They're wavering and effervescent, but you can see both. And you feel them drawing towards you. You have no idea what this is, but for a moment it seems like time stops. Everything around you is motionless, and all you can really see are these images of you and MD. File in hand, what do you do?
Is it like just dark all around me? It's like a
The
spotlight.
details
of just like,
are hazy. You feel like it's impossible to pull your focus away from this scene directly in front of you.
okay, so like I wasn't like transported somewhere else, or I felt like I
again, it's almost like an out of body experience.
Yeah.
You feel like you're looking down on yourself here at this scene.
Right.
Like you're not physically standing there. You're a spectator somehow for this moment.
Is that something that would come from like touching the disease, the hand itself?
It
or
triggered on you as soon as you've made contact.
Okay,
with MD.
so I would question that, and even if am I starting to feel any kind of nausea or anything like that? So as soon as I do, like, that's interesting. This might be a little stronger than I thought. And even though all of that is happening, I still go back to logic of what was I supposed to be doing. And so I was like, this is weird. Well, we are in a weird world. And then I keep trying to apply.
As you continue, just keep going what you were doing. The logic, the training,
Right.
what you know. You feel yourself pulled forward and snap back into the left of these scenes. Right back in your own shoes, hard at work, like nothing had happened. You had this experience, but no one around you seems to have noticed. No one reacts like anything is amiss. Make me a medicine check. So just roll a d20 and add the modifier for your medicine skill down there.
MD this entire time is staring hard.
9 plus 16, that is 25. Do I add anything to that?
You add that 16 is what you add.
Was that for the robust recovery as well that or I was going to possibly
Robust
use?
recovery.
Robust recovery makes me the best. No.
Okay.
Robust recovery, what was it? It was like that's what helps with disease and poisoning, and it adds a +4 to circumstances or something like that.
Ooh, I think it's if you succeed, he gets a bigger bonus
Okay.
than he normally would.
That's what that is. Okay.
But you stick with what you know. This malady he has is something incredibly strange, something unlike anything you've experienced. But you try to treat it with the same logic and medicine that you understand. And after working for a bit, you feel like it's ineffective. What you're doing isn't helping enough. This isn't something you can treat with a mundane matter. And after a few minutes, as you kind of have that realization this isn't going to work, you feel again that falling sensation, and you're suddenly back. Watching back at yourself, these two scenes, these 2 points. Right when you touched him with the file.
Does it seem like some sort of like cursed disease or something?
It's like a very cursed disease. I mean, that's accurate.
It's like I
You're
took that
back
right
at
out of the
this
book.
first point again. Watching over the scene you already saw play out, just when you first made contact with his skin. You tried logic.
Yes.
What do you do?
Oh man. And like in my head, I'm just thinking, oh shoot, they're gonna kill me. I really thought I could take care of this. I've done this before. I mean, I thought it was like a little bit of a nick, and then it just spread a little bit. And I guess a little bit worse. And I thought, oh gosh. Well, you know what? Just be honest, and maybe I won't die. and so that's all in the head. Then I kind of stand up and like.
You feel yourself rush forward into the rightmost scene now. And as you go to stand, you are right back at the start of your treatment. His wound isn't bound. The file in your hand is still full. This pungent scent on the air. Everyone's still standing around watching you, just like you just kneeled down to start.
So I just went back in time, basically,
Sure
like a little
seems
bit.
like it.
So, all right. That last one didn't work. Maybe there's something else I could do.
What?
What?
Are you talking to yourself?
What? I do that actually quite a bit. Actually, sorry. Normally I don't have people around me, so I tend to do that a lot.
Last one, have you seen something like this before?
I've seen many diseases and things like that, definitely through different kind of crime scenes. Normally something like this, actually, there's a dead body and not somebody to bring back, but...
Well, I think a dead body is exactly what we're trying to prevent here.
Correct.
You said you could do something. Do something.
I was trying.
You haven't done anything.
What do you mean I haven't done anything?
You just kneeled down and looked at him for like 2 seconds.
That's really okay. Sorry, I'm feeling a little famished a bit. Haven't really taken any naps lately. A little out of it. I will try for the first time.
Make a medicine check.
Okay.
And add a +1 circumstance bonus.
Natural 20.
You know what you have already tried. You know what doesn't work. So with the, what's up, you a 37 with a natural 20, you try something else. This isn't something run-of-the-mill or mundane that normal procedures will work with. What do you try? What do you do?
So I do the first thing is where I still put the ointment basically directly into the wound, but then I actually take out a little bit of water in a container, and I take some of that really potent stuff as well, and I sit there and I mix it in this little tiny container, and then I actually open up his mouth and go like, this. If it's everywhere, maybe it's really deep in there. And I also have him drink some of it as well. I was like, this might be gross. I don't know. Is he unconscious?
No, he's awake.
Okay.
Staring at you the entire time. entire time.
And you see, like, I'm acting like if you're dead, like if you're just like a body, like I'm just doing all of these things, talking, and like
There is no emotion at all the entire time. Just dead stare.
I as I'm doing this, pop your mouth open, do that. Okay, get down. Swallow. Do you have any? There you go. Thank you.
With a natural 20,
That
a critical success and your robust recovery is going to turn your 25 failure into a success.
Goes for a crit success.
It goes to a
So
crit.
a critical success. So instead of paralyzed, you go from fatigued and slowed to fatigued and sickened. You're still nauseated. You're still overwhelmed. Sickened 2 is going to give you a -2 penalty to nearly everything that you do. Checks and DCs.
Roll over and vomit immediately.
But what he does is clearly and near immediately, over the course of 10 minutes, effective.
I finally put my bow down a little bit.
the puking is normal. That's normal.
Have just experienced something very unsettling that you have truly no explanation for.
Yes.
This is not a regular thing for you, and I'll go ahead and tell all of you this is not a thing that he has on his character sheet, or that he, Brett the person, has no idea what just happened. If
Thanks,
that wasn't,
man. I was trying to prepare as best as possible.
I'm going to introduce you to a little system here that is unique to this campaign called the Stress System. Strange Aeons is a horror adventure, one that is difficult to comprehend. And in many cases, that might be a good thing. This is no ordinary swing the sword, slay the dragon, save the town campaign. This is an eldritch adventure through the occult, where, well, oddities like this aren't even really that odd. But for you, Reginald, you are not used to this. And that out-of-body experience is quite unsettling. This is the stress gauge. And whenever particularly strange things, stressful things, you see your comrades go down in battle, you have a chance for this to get worse. And if this gets all the way across to this final black bead, well, that's when the strength of your mind is truly tested. I haven't told him about this. This is, I believe, the first he's hearing of this system.
Thanks.
Thanks. Welcome to Strange Aeons, buddy.
You can get superpowers.
But it worked. It worked. He looks a lot better.
As soon as I feel MD's condition lifting from the ritual and I see him like moving again.
You feel him like mechanically going from paralyzed to slowed to just sickened. Like that is an incredible improvement.
My weapon falls to my side and I'm just like there with him. I'm like trying to like help pat him on the shoulders. Like I'm finding something for him to throw up into.
I sit up and I'm actually going to describe MD to Brett so he knows what he's looking at here. I am a full-blooded orc, massive 6'8", and he's built like a man who's just big. Like, you know those guys you see, like just a big dude, not working out. They're just huge.
Not like bodybuilder big, but like power lifter big.
Yeah,
like
he's big. He has this scar. I forget what side of the face it's on. I think it's the left side. It goes from eyebrow all the way to the back.
That is indeed the left.
And whatever side it's on. And his arms, his torso, his back, even his legs are covered in these scars that look, with your medical knowledge here, they're purposeful. Every single one, every single cut is on purpose. There are a few worked around battle scars from swords, from claws, from daggers. And he just kind of sits up. The name's MD. Thank you.
You're welcome. It's just kind of part of the job, sort of.
bloody hell, he really did it.
So why are you here?
And why in the hell is he? Why are you a detective? You should be a doctor somewhere. You should have worked at Briarstone.
Well, I do. It's sometimes there's cases where you actually need to know about medical situations. You know, you have to know how things happen in the body. So, and I transform into multiple bodies, so you kind of learn a lot about different kinds of bodies, actually.
Well, Rishi just kind of looks at the rest of you and shrugs.
I do truly. I know this sounds crazy, but you guys can help me. Normally, I did have a partner at one point, but I've known a little bit about your guys' case and what has happened to you all, and I also know that I have been running into some walls, and truly I do feel as though we could work together, because this world is quite crazy, and I could help you all survive, you could help us survive, and I could figure out what has happened.
I'm going to stop you right there. Are you looking for Edelmay, Uglum, Martin, and Brick? Because that's not who we are.
Am I looking for who? Who's that? No, I'm looking for what is it? What's his name?
They've thrown like 9 pages of backstory at this
Yeah,
point,
I know, so much.
Look at his pile in front of him.
So many.
Are you looking for Lowls?
There it is. That one. That's the one I'm looking for. Yes,
this
that
guy's
one.
got his 1 year's worth of
It's
names.
my main lead is yes. Well,
we kind of just threw him a time traveling screwball. So like,
yes. I am in search for that nincompoop that tends to get away from things somehow. Are you all also looking for Laos?
You make me nervous.
Why? Why do I make you nervous?
Look, there's no particular reason we have not to trust you, I suppose, but that, well, I guess not to believe you, rather. Trust is... We appreciate you treating MD, okay? But Cammy, help me out here.
We don't know you.
No,
We haven't encountered many people who've known us in any kind of respect who have treated us kindly.
Well,
We have no idea how you got here, how you just happened to arrive at this exact moment with the exact strange cure that none of us could figure out.
He
Well,
did
that's-
swim and open the side of the boat.
She just looks over
Which
at the
is-
still open door and the hole of the cabin.
We
and
know
just
how
like,
we got here.
Skywind's gonna kill us.
which is quite funny actually about logic is sometimes coincidences actually are part of logic. Actually, they happen, and well, this just was that. It's good timing. That's a thing.
He sounds like medicine.
He does.
Sound like what?
It was my best friend.
You have a best friend named Medicine?
I killed her.
Why'd you do that?
Oh, I killed her.
It's not a particularly fond memory, and I'd be perfectly fine not getting into the details with a stranger right now. But
Didn't mean to step on any toes.
what do you want from Laos? If you're looking after the Count like the Phrasmans were, like the Royal Accusers were, or anyone else who's come looking in Thrushmoor, that's not really much of a concern for him anymore, I don't think. Sorry to tell you you've wasted a trip, but...
Well, the thing is, you don't do the things that he did and just completely get away with it.
What do you know about what he did?
I mean, was he not behind you all in the asylum?
See, that's the thing, dude, is how do you know about all that?
Well, I'm an investigator. This is what I do.
No. That doesn't explain anything.
What do you mean?
It's like a magic word you're wielding. I'm an investigator. That means I know everything.
Well, I was part of the city. It's just, and that's the thing. As I have only learned names and basically tracking you all, I don't know a lot of details. I just know that you guys were basically put there, and then you all had to escape. And it was who put you there, and then a little bit of what they did.
When did you say you were fired from the agency?
It was before the group of you were committed, from what we heard. Not long before, mind you. Before.
Right. Again, it's whenever I keep going past the red tape and they just go like, well, we gotta let you go. Here's the thing. Really, also the thing is, too, the city needed more soldiers. Because those were all gone. You know, the town guard. I couldn't really get off the case. So, that's why they were like, listen.
Look, with what he's done for MD, you've earned at least a modicum of respect. Mine, if no one else's. If he was a detective, and Lady Rents in the agency, they were no slouches. They were a main problem for us for a reason. They were good at what they do. It's not surprising how much he's able to find out on his own. If he was one of them, with our backing or no, he's competent.
Well, I wasn't always alone. I actually had a partner at one point, but then she went. She died.
Was it a detective or like a...
It was a detective. It was a cleaner. Was my partner, actually, at one point.
He just
Right,
kind of
then.
looks at MD.
Alright, I killed her. Well, Brick killed her.
I know.
Yeah, I'm glad you know. Right, then we should go talk to Skyway and tell her we have an extra passenger because I'm not about to dump him in the river.
Why would you do that to me?
I just look at you, look at Cammy, look back at you.
What? Do we...
At least until the next port.
Is this a dream? Is this a day that's actually happening?
Unfortunately.
Of all the things that have happened to us, it's not the weirdest.
Is it not?
No.
This
We got
Reginald
stranded
comes
on
in
an
through a door he
alien
put in the
planet.
side of a ship and a wall that leads
Receive.
to nothing.
Receive.
Easy won't wake from whatever dream he's having, and you're on the verge of death from some infection from an insane creature that I can't even conceptualize.
We woke up in an asylum with no memories, and the first thing I saw stole my face. That's the strangest day I've had.
Alien planet.
That's also really strange.
That
The
Just-
giant forest.
Also,
fair.
that whole space galaxy being
Do me a
pretty
favor.
strange.
and-
These are all just minus whatever
Quite a bit.
alien planet. These are all just things I've been told. Even up until now, as long as I've come with you on the river, this is the first time it's been here in the real world. Not in a dream. We have to do some insane ritual to even visit.
We
You
also
got
had the
possessed
aliens.
and spontaneously developed a talent for magic.
Right, but I can
We
at
also-
least understand what happened there.
We found
as insane
starfish
as it
aliens
is,
underground.
We
We-
did find aliens. Actual
Just-
aliens.
just
We
in a
don't need
hole
to
in the
compare
ground.
weirdest
I'm-
days
I'm
or
just
weirdest
putting it out
times,
there.
okay? It's been a weird
It has been a very well.
time, and it's...
Strange.
What was your name again?
Reginald.
Reginald.
Yes. I mean, you could call me Reggie, but
Reginald it is.
thank you. I appreciate
Reggie,
that.
the giant talking fox.
What is...
What?
Kitsune. That's what it is. That's not mean it's
What the
like...
hell is a Kitsune?
It's
It's a
a
fox.
giant talking fox, actually. You pretty much explained it just
How,
like
how
that.
big? How big?
This is just
are
like a
you,
thing that
like-
exists. You'll take that like it's normal.
I'm like
Face stillers.
5'7",
Oh.
hunched over. You know, maybe if I stood up tall, I would be closer to 6 foot. But because I'm like hunched over, 5'8".
No, I just wanted to know. Like,
I was dwarf intimidated
Your
by
ranking
height?
in the party height continues decreasing. I'm sorry.
now I don't like you as much anymore.
Again, for what it's worth.
And I'm old and
We've
brittle.
met
Same.
vampires, weird acid blowing counts. We've met a lot of weird things recently.
I mean, this is far from the strangest person that we've run into, I suppose, if
Anyways, if you try
that's the
something,
appropriate title.
try something suspicious, we can throw him overboard.
How do we know this isn't a doppelganger?
Are you a doppelganger?
They could do this. Just
I already... How do I answer this actually so you guys...
Just truthfully.
No?
Perfect. That's all I need.
pretty
Did-
bad, so
did
I
I
don't
do
think
it?
he's...
Well, because I was trying to quickly, logically tell you guys, actually, if I'm a
Wait.
doppelganger, what would I actually say? And I think no would be the best thing. But honest,
I'm thinking of a number 1 through 10. What is it?
8?
No, 7. He's not a doppelganger.
Yes.
I forgot you even said they read minds. But if he could read your mind, he'd know he had a 7 and say
he
something
said
else.
8.
He said it way too quickly.
Yes, that's exactly what I did.
All right.
What do we do about EZ?
We have a
What do we do
medical
about
professional
MD?
now.
Well, then look at this then. Here, you done wonders for MD. What's wrong with him? And she gestures to a bunk across the far end of the cabin from where you had come in, where there is a man who just looks to be in a very deep slumber. He's a very average-looking man,
No,
Of
you
a
liar.
very average level of attractiveness.
It's a 9.3.
Is that higher or lower than Keanu Reeves?
That's higher.
Yeah,
That's higher.
Keanu's
The
average.
character description given was average-looking, so that's
department?
average.
Yeah.
Bryn
18 charisma.
only
I'm
draws hot.
I'm not into all that, but I
He's
mean,
got
I
one
know
mode.
attraction whenever.
Yeah,
I see
oh
it.
yeah, no, all of us at this table.
This universe is like JRPG, so that's average, even though he's way above average in real
He's
world.
average for like a Final
Hold on.
Fantasy character.
Put
Yeah,
my art up.
Hobgoblin, by the way.
We're gonna find out who's
Hobgoblin.
the hot
Oh,
one
yeah, I
now.
see it. Hot goblin.
Yeah.
they managed to even make a
Hobgoblin.
hobgoblin.
Everybody
somewhat
roll for
attractive.
hotness.
He's like, they even managed to give him like,
Yeah.
they got a
got
chiseled
the
jawline
smolder.
on a hobgoblin.
He's got this smolder
It's a
going
6-1. No, it's probably an 8. Probably an 8-6, more or less. That's the number I'll be thinking. An 8-6. Yeah.
I love that she got like the hobgoblin white head, but
Yeah.
like refused to make it
I'm
look
a hairless
disfigured. So
Yeah.
like it's
I'm just a hairless cat.
anyway.
Like, look at
Oh,
it.
now I
This
can't unsee it.
Man looks like he is in
Now I'm back to the 6-1.
a
Drops
deep
it.
slumber
Yeah.
in the cot, and she just points at him. He won't wake up, and none of us can figure out why. You can fix that. Surely you can wake a man up.
Well, it all depends. And so, am I up next to him?
Yeah, you can walk over.
Okay, so as I
Very much can
walk
watch you
up
do it.
next to him, it just looks like he's just sleeping. No wounds or anything like that.
Make me a medicine check. This is just to look him over, not to attempt to treat him necessarily. This is for knowledge.
5 plus medicine, I think, is 16. So that is 21.
Yeah, he looks like he is asleep. Like it looks like you should just be able to rustle his shoulder or you just give him a little slap and he should wake right up. But you can tell
Yep.
that his face and his hair are pretty damp. It looks like he has had water dumped on him that pretty recently, as it's still there. And he just looks like he's peacefully resting.
Well, based off of seeing that you guys have tried to wake this person, and he hasn't been able to come up, but yet he does still have a pulse. Well, something put him into a coma.
So you can fix whatever this is, but you can't wake up.
Because it's not sleep, it's a coma. It's a different state of the brain. Yes, I mean, we could try electricity, but that could be bad.
Do you think it would work?
Using something with based off of my it's a low percentage, very low percentage.
How low?
3.1% out of 100. Yes. And also, it could kill him. Yep. Or completely fry his brain to whenever the coma does come out, he would actually be way off, way worse.
I think we can spare some of the details here.
It's probably best we wait until we can find a proper place to get him the proper assistance that he will need.
A magic fox doctor shows up through a hole in the damn wall,
Door.
and there's still nothing we can do to get EZ back waking.
Well, if you can't make him better, can you at least keep him alive? I mean, if he can't eat.
I think so. I think we could keep him alive. I as long as we just don't do anything to him now. I mean, just every once in a while check his vitals. That's making sure it's not getting worse. Check his heart.
And then we stick with the plan
Heartbeat.
that we had. There's only one person that could possibly fix this. That I know of, anyway. Unless any of you know a particularly powerful priest. We stick with the plan.
All right. I'm gonna go talk to the captain. Just kind of stand up, stagger a little bit, and also get a mop bucket.
You go mop bucket, and you head over towards the doorway. You go back to the door that leads from the cabin out to the main deck, and as you push the door open, the morning sunlight streaming through, you hear someone cry out, and you look, and from behind you, you hear another voice. We're being boarded! You
Again?
Close the door.
Quick.
What looks at first just like a large fish. Not even like massively large, like a couple of feet, that has pulled itself up onto the deck. But on second glance, the head of this fish is gone. It has been replaced with a bulging nest of bright orange pustules. And as you look around the deck, you can see several of these worming their way up. And in a whoa from a sane 221
Those points.
never disappoints. Cloaked figure in yellow appears in the corner of your vision. New face. Suppose I should show you how things work around here. See if you're up to the task. MD does not appear to be the only one suffering from this infestation. And some of the local wildlife seems to have gotten it a lot worse. And as you hear this cry, all of you kind of, your attention drawn out to the deck, moving towards the doorway, grabbing your weapons, readying to repel these smaller corrupted creatures. Reginald, you step out onto the doorway with your cane, and you see everything around you freeze and lose its color. We're going to take our midstream break. We're going to stand up,
Already there.
stretch our legs. It's slightly early, but it's probably kind of easier to take it here than roll initiative and pretty much immediately
Break
take
mid
it.
combat. It'll be
Hey.
fine.
We're going to take it here. Feel free to stand up, stretch your legs, get some drinks, get some snacks. We'll be back in about 10 minutes. If you got nothing better to do, or if you want to look at some cool stuff, you could use that time checking out a couple of our sponsors. We've got Arkenforge, as always, our map-making software, our virtual tabletop. There's some cool guys. Eldritch Foundry, who have produced this. Can only show it off so much because Brett wanted to paint it. So at the moment, his new Eldritch Foundry mini is just a little gray man. But soon, I mean, it's still really good looking. It's still like a great mini. It just doesn't have fancy paint or anything yet. This fancy little Kitsune man. Or Norse Foundry, provider of all of our bazillion dice we have everywhere. Code UGT show on any of those platforms will get you a variety of discounts.
Nice.
Check them out. Get yourself
That's a
something
2,
nice.
that's a 20, that's an 11.
Wow. That's not a bad handful of dice right there.
No, it's not.
But don't go too far, everyone. We'll be right back. Welcome back, everybody. You okay? You can make it?
I had to cough. I would not.
Did you get
cough.
Cheez-Its down the wrong pipe?
No, that's not what. It's a secret.
Secret between the stars.
Secret
No.
Jesus.
It's not. It's like go watch the season finale.
That was
Oh,
2 weeks ago. Anyway, welcome
Cheez-Its.
back, everybody. As we left off, we had a whoa and a bunch of little fish whose entire heads and gills been replaced by a festering mass of writhing orange egg-looking things. We've seen this infection before. And it seems like this is the fate that we have spared MD for the time being. Now, I was going to have 3 of these things, but for the woe, why not just straight up double it?
Why?
Because this was supposed to be a low, to just be like, hey, this is how Pathfinder combat works, for Brett. Doubling it makes it, I believe, a low severe or high moderate. So, do it live.
How
We're
woes
in
work for
danger.
Brett.
Alrighty, so
So before
I get my fun die.
we roll initiative, we had left off with a group of you stepping out to the deck and seeing all of these writhing masses rising up around the back half of the ship, around the helm and around the deck near the door to the cabin. You can already see like Skywin up top reaching for her weapon, some of the crew drawing boarding pikes to try to repel these or scattering, getting some distance and defending the ship as they can. We're going to roll perception for initiative, but let's first go around starting with Marcus on this side and introduce our characters briefly.
I'm Marcus. I play Marius, the Ghoul Dwarf Ranger.
Very brief. I'm Colby. I play MD, the Orc Rogue, full-blooded Orc Rogue.
Howdy, I'm Derp, and I play Trey, the frontline hobgoblin fighter man in full plate with a pokey stick.
Okay.
I'm Sully, and I play Cammy, the itty bitty gnomish witch, currently marching up to face her demons.
New here. That's not my name.
Hi, new here.
Hi.
My name is Brett, and I play Reginald Sedacious Fox.
Do a barrel roll.
Do a barrel roll. Yeah, and I am a investigator.
And you, as you had stepped out the door, had seen once again everything kind of freeze. This isn't exactly like the last time. There was no falling sensation. You're not looking down on yourself in an out-of-body experience. You're not spectating the situation. You're still here, but everything seems to have stopped. The color drains from the environment around you as everything takes on an ephemeral and ghostly look. Nothing looks like it's truly solid. The scene around you is kind of wavering, like you're looking through a series of translucent people, strange monsters, a ship. And there is nothing immediately different or obvious except for 4 of your new friends in front of you.
Maybe new friends.
Maybe new friends.
We're trying.
We're working on it.
You got a friend in me.
Acquaintances.
About a billion of them.
You see a writhing black and yellow mark.
On
It
each one of
looks
them.
like a wad of thick, matted hair, or almost perhaps even like nerves that's spreading throughout the body of Marius. Tendrils of this wisp and spread out, connecting to much more muted little pinpricks of pale yellow light inside each of the 3 of these. And as you see this scene before you, again just frozen, you feel as though this entire moment is flowing on a river. You almost feel wind moving past you, see the movement in the air, the only thing visibly changing in the scene. And you feel a strange connection to that. You have 3 options. You can either step out of this, move forward, and just continue onto the deck. Or you can do one of 2 exciting things. You can choose to stabilize or destabilize this flow. What do you want to do, Reginald? And this is not on his character sheet. He has literally no idea what's happening right now.
This is literally the coolest thing.
Like, a couple of you recognize what's happening right now. We'll get to it in a minute. But
Stabilize. So I basically see in him just a bunch of like a wad of hair, and then that is just like coming out and connecting to the rest of the party members.
yes, and then you feel all around you there's like this continuous flow. Almost like, I can't think of a better description than like every sci-fi movie ever's depiction of like jumping to light speed. Like everything just kind of rushing past around you.
So
This
does it seem like
endless stream.
gross or like grotesque?
The
or
thing in him is absolutely grotesque.
Yeah.
It is horrifying and unsettling to see. And it's the only thing with any color in this like translucent scene before you.
So would it be like a disease kind of like festering looking thing? It's just gross.
Kind of.
But does he seem healthy?
He seemed perfectly healthy up until this exact moment.
goodness.
And so it's do nothing, stabilize it, or
Stabilize this stream you're flowing through, or destabilize it entirely.
Okay.
You feel somehow you have a connection to do that. You have no idea why or what it could mean.
I'm going to go with what my initial reaction is, and that is to not stabilize it, so destabilize.
Destabilize it?
Chaos.
Chaos! You're going to fit in good here. You
Yeah.
focus on this and feel the flow
So I wanted
around
more
you start to
information.
warp and jitter. It fluctuates almost at random. And then the scene before you starts to move again, but time is jittery. The next few seconds, you experience kind of skip and jump around like an old movie on a bad disc as you feel yourself jerking through time. Roll me a d20. Just roll a d20. Don't add anything to it. Just tell me what you get.
The logic behind that, I want to say,
Chaos.
what? Well, it was I didn't have enough information to stop it, so I wanted to see. I want to see, until there is a problem. I then want to see it played out. I just rolled a 7.
7? Okay.
I'm a cat. I'm just joking.
Everybody roll perception for initiative except you. You get a 1.
Oh. Get wrecked. Sorry, Brett. Welcome to the show.
So I get to roll 3 dice.
Pretty good.
You're rolling 3 dice.
He's doing a lot of stuff.
Because
Oh.
Psychosis, 17, we're
Do
fine.
initiative first. Psychosis. Okay, psychosis
Oh,
17.
do you
then-
want initiative? Because
Well, we'll do initiative first, and I'll ask
Let
you
him
for
use
the other
that.
things. But I want you to roll them. Make that your initiative, so maybe you fail.
Okay.
Okay, so what's your initiative?
33.
33. Kenny.
I got distracted by what he's doing. I got a 31.
31. MD.
I rolled a 6 on the die, so it's a total of 22.
22. Marius.
33.
Who wants to go first?
Probably me. Position.
Oh, that's why you're pointing
Does
at him. I see.
second
Well, also-
apply to perception check?
Everything.
Sure does.
Okay, I got a 20.
20. So what is your perception modifier? That's what we're rolling
It
for
is
initiative.
16.
So you get a 17. That is where you will start. And these horrible little blobs are going to
Do they somehow
also,
go slower?
also get a 17.
Hey!
Destabilize!
One with the blob.
Meaning you will go first.
Yay.
They're almost a
We did
rainbow.
it.
You
Not
do
last.
not win ties on initiative in Pathfinder. But as time starts to skip and stutter forward, you will act before they do. So, Trey, give me first your psychosis check.
6.
You're fine.
Yeah. Now, battle cry.
Give me your battle cry.
Yell at him really loud.
9. So 26. I scare a fish.
26 is absolutely going to scare a little fish. The nearest fish
Yeah, just
to
the
you-
closest one to me.
Nearest fish to you on the south side here. A little bit spooked, I would say. 26. Yeah, it's a regular success. And now it is your turn as well. Man who rolled the highest on initiative.
Well, stab fish. Specifically the one that I spooked first.
Oh, which is the one that is exactly in stabbing range. There's one fish. There's actually 2 fish.
yeah,
One
there's
behind.
3.
There's one kind of behind you, and there's one
I can reach
in
3 of them.
front of you further down the deck.
Why is the one beside
Yeah.
Cammy so
Oh,
excited?
there are. Yeah,
He's
so you can
frightened.
reach through.
Hey, chill out,
He's
dude.
scared.
He's shivering in his boots.
Yeah, but I'll get the one that's shivering, shaking,
It's
little
cold.
sloshing around.
The one
And,
next to Cammy, as we are wont to do.
Yeah.
So don't look at Cammy.
Just
You will
scrolling.
die.
I'm not here.
How does a 34 sound?
34, absolutely a critical hit. It is, in fact, a double critical hit, and it does, in fact, do normal damage.
Alrighty. Then that will be 13 damage.
13 points
Sure.
of damage. Fair enough.
Is it clumsy 1 from yours?
That's entirely up to him, but it would be
I would,
clumsy
yeah.
one.
It's immune to critical hits, so it does not get crit specialization either, because it basically does not take the critical hit. When you hit this, you see that this is a much less cohesive wad. This is a much smaller colony. This is more at the moment a very infected large fish from the river. this is a different kind of thing than what you were fighting before, which was a big primary colony. That means that there is not really a main thing that you can critically hit through, and beyond that, as you stick your spear into it, these are not exactly the same as what was making up the creature that you fought before, because they're not mature. This fish has just been turning. There's no inner solidified core. There's no little nest of tiny bone-like nails inside it. They're almost just like a sludge. And the impact of your raising spear especially just sort of glues a ton of them together as they barely have outer shells to keep their own contiguous space. And you find that your spear is stuck.
Is it retrievable? Does it?
It would
feel-
need an athletics check to pull it out.
Then
You are much larger than this fish. It's like a...
do I effectively
2.5
just have it
fish.
held 10 feet away from me then?
Hit the other fish with it.
Kind of?
Can I just walk forward and drop it off the edge?
Well, you would still need an athletics check to shove it, basically.
like
but
athletics check to shove it, and
you
then
could
to
functionally shove it
rip
from
my
range
weapon
because
out.
you have a spear stuck in it for sure. That'd be an athletics check to shove.
That's an 18 on the die,
That's...
and I'm an expert, or I'm a master.
What's your total? Oh, what's
Oh.
your total?
37.
37. That's cool. All right. All right. That's 37. Oh,
frightened
man. If only... That's the frightened one. That's a critical success. Got you.
Yeah, so I will
You
shove
shove it
it
back
10 feet out,
10
and
feet.
I'll step up to the edge of the boat, so I am now between Cammy and the next one.
Oh, up to the edge of the boat, just straight south. All right,
Yeah, just
fair
straight
enough.
south.
And
so
now you have scooped it off. It is still stuck to your spear.
that- rip it back out.
Make me another athletics check. This is not an attack roll. It's just a flat athletics check.
All right, then 31.
Oh my god.
And you just quickly rip back on the spear and see a spurt of orange as it shoots back out, and this little fish thing just drops and plops back into the water. That's one dealt with. Marius.
Hey!
I still don't really know that they're not mature or anything, so Marius is like,
Same.
I don't want to deal with this.
Same.
You're gonna see me do like a kind of unnatural jump as I'm just gonna try to leap toward the rope ladder. I forget what it's called.
The rigging.
The
Yeah,
rigging.
the rigging.
I don't know a lot about it.
So
Towards like the middle of the main mast, or like near
I
the-
want to get onto the rigging, and then as one move, and then I'm probably gonna use another
Clamber.
move to actually get to the top.
Okay, yeah, I wouldn't need a. Maybe a climb check to do it because your bow's in your hand. So give me a climb check because that's a bit of a difficult scramble. It is meant to be climbed, but you are.
Is that athletics?
It's athletics to climb, yes.
16.
It's rigging. It's meant to be climbed, so you're
Okay.
fine. You scamper your way up to the crossbar of this one little mast on the Sullen Starling. It's not particularly tall, but you've got yourself a good 15 feet off the deck.
Okay.
Maybe like 12 feet off the deck, but still. Looks like out of reach of these strange little fish. By a lot.
For the purposes of my bow distance, can I at least round to 15?
Sure.
Okay.
Just where I'm not doing Pythagoras, just like add 10 to however far away something is.
I will take. I'll hunt prey next turn, so I'm just going to take one shot at probably the teal or aqua colored one on the far end.
one,
Right,
the one that's
yeah.
coming up next to
Get some
Skywind, fair enough.
distance there. That's an 8 for
Hits.
27.
It crits. Doesn't
Wait.
matter though. It doesn't take crits.
Yeah. Okay.
It's a
Damn it.
functionally an ooze at the moment. Its AC is not high. We're playing the don't roll a 1 game to hit these guys, and you honestly might still hit them on a 1.
Does he,
10.
so with his bow, does he always get the sonic damage or only against hunted?
Always sonic damage on the hunted prey.
Okay.
Alrighty, so that brings us around to Cammy.
That's me. So the one that is next to me has been cleared.
That's been scooped and pooped. And
Great
it is gone now.
news. Good news for me. As Cammy was readying to clearly run away from the spot that
Not again!
she had been in, she's gonna look over to Jay and say, "Thank you. You can be stoked for saving me."
Delicious.
That's what you get. And I'm going to look around, whipping my head around, trying to get bearings of my situation. I don't think that we had exploration activities.
Not really, no, but I'll give you. You just kind of like was foisted upon you. Your exploration activity at the moment was chilling. We were
Aw.
talking. Nobody was
And
like
we never get
focusing
to
on
chill.
anything else.
Big
We
deal.
took a moment for ourselves.
I didn't even know you could pick chill.
Just vibing.
Just hanging out with the fellas. That was the exploration activity.
I'm going to dart my eyes around, trying to locate where everybody is, and then specifically locate where MD is in all of this. Tune in and notice that he's got one kind of up in front of him, this pink one, and I would like that pink one to make me a will save as I narrow my eyes at it. And I give it a stinky look.
What does this a mental spell by chance?
Yeah.
The pile of ooze that is currently just a really advanced infection is certainly not at the moment sentient enough for any kind of a mental spell to affect him. You feel your magic fizzle.
Well, I gave him a mean look anyways, and since the spell was fear, and I am frightening, I think it still worked.
Didn't you prep that at 3rd level?
What? I did. Oh well.
Well,
So you get to choose 5 creatures, and it does nothing
you
to
get to
5
choose
of
5
them.
creatures
of
and
them.
not be
I just
scared.
look at them all.
That's how many there are. And they're all immune to it.
Mm.
And
I-
Reginald.
Not in my mind.
I might have helped her prep spells today, and she forgot that a couple of these are upcasted.
So that is, what, one action left?
Fear is 2 actions,
Ah.
and I have stoked, so that is me.
Unfortunate. MD then, still already rather fighting the infection that seems to have overwhelmed the fish up here. You certainly don't want that to get any worse. What do you do? You're no longer slowed. That's cool. Sickened too, also bad, but, better than slowed.
You know what? Kevin gave it to me. I want to use it immediately. At the start of my turn, I use press on.
Okay.
Until the end of your turn, ignore penalties to checks and DCs from conditions.
What a second.
Oh,
Second
that's
anyway.
good.
Plus 2 to everything this turn? That sounds pretty good to me.
Pretty good. So I'm gonna step up to be above Reginald.
Protect our little fox man.
And I don't know if these things can be flanked or not, but he is ganged up on now because you are distracting it as well. That die is gone forever.
To the void.
To the void. And with a bring down of the longsword, roll
hit
a
it.
19 on the die. Yeah. Do they take precision damage?
You know they're not going to.
They're different.
Like,
I gotta ask.
They're fish now.
That's fair.
They weren't fish before.
They do
It was a
not.
sock previously.
The one you fought before took crits and precision damage. These do not, as these are just kind of infected piles of pustules.
6, 12, 21 points of damage.
And you bring this down, a pretty decisive strike, and your weapon sticks into the mass that is this large, writhing fish with a spray of orange goo.
So I'm gonna punch it then.
Okay,
With the other weapon.
hits.
Not the 19. Yeah, now I'm gonna roll. When they always hit, yeah. So it's just a
Whoa.
Physically possible to miss, but like only technically.
for another 9 points of damage.
Alrighty. And what is your other weapon again?
Gauntlet. Fist.
Your fist is now also stuck. You have a pick lodged in this thing, and your hand.
A long
Just
sword.
your longsword and your hand just lodged into this like gluey, congealing substance that is this injured pile of adolescent Escalugia.
That's disgusting.
And now we're going to come around to you, my good friend. Fortunately, this worked out. You got to see several turns play out before we came around to you. I know you have not played 0 Pathfinder 2nd Edition, but I also know you have not played a lot. So, you have 3 actions on
Yes.
your turn. You can
Yeah,
just do basically anything. We've talked a lot about what your character does, but what your character does is just like a ton of things. At this point, it is a 9th level Pathfinder character. I have good news for you, my friend. And that is that there is a little red card on the desk there, which is a hero point that was once given to the chair in which you now sit. And as the new owner of the chair, that hero point is for you. What that is a superpower. Whatever it says on the card, what's it called? What's just gonna be the title?
Battle cry.
Battle cry.
Yes.
You can at any point.
I'm not really a battle cry kind of guy.
It
but that's
doesn't.
all right.
It's fitting. If you want, you can at any point use the ability listed on the
Right.
card. It doesn't take any actions unless it says it does. You can just do it, or you can just cash in the card to re-roll any d20.
Okay.
So it works either way. If you get a powered at school, you can use the power. If you don't, or if you'd rather just have a reroll, you can use it as a reroll. But it is your turn,
Okay.
good sir.
Um.
And I have a question,
Yes.
Mr. Investigator, who has arrived, clearly pursuing the party. What are your cases right now?
Well, one was to find the party,
I figured
that was
find
my
these
secondary
guys was
one.
definitely a case.
but my first case is to find moles
find Lowls.
and
All right.
lows.
Find Lowls,
Yes.
and in some cases, find these guys.
Yes.
All right, go
So-
ahead.
And do these fish have anything to
These
do with
will
my
not,
main case?
Unfortunately, give you any benefit from your case.
It's fine.
What do you know?
What do you know? Where is she?
What'd you do to my partner?
So, is that one dead? The one that he?
It's in the river, and the boat is still moving. So at the moment, it's
Well,
kind of gone. You can't
I threw
see
mine
it.
off. He's stuck to his.
Oh,
It's not dead though.
He's pretty stuck to it. It's not dead though. No, the one that MD is fighting next to you. He's just got a sword in his hand, kind of stuck to it. He's just kind of like
Beating it.
slapping it on the deck. He seems to be pretty glued.
Okay.
speed it.
I will as I'm looking at the goop and what he's holding. Is there anything I notice that's because it seems like this thing is like has no form to it, and it's just like a
Pretty much. You can
because
use
I'm going to devise a stratagem.
You can use an action if you want to make a knowledge check. That is something that I roll, not you, because you don't know if you succeed or not. And if you critically fail, I just get to make stuff up, and it's funny.
Well, if I just use
So-
devise a stratagem, that's where I just kind of look for a weak point. Can I use?
You can absolutely just devise a strategy.
I'll just
sure.
devise a stratagem
Against the one that MD's fighting?
Yes. I rolled a 13.
I'm going to tell you it's going to hit.
It's gonna hit.
That's almost their AC.
Yeah. So I just finding maybe I go in kind of next to wherever he's at, and I have my sword, what is it called? The
Exquisite sword.
Exquisite sword. As
exquisite
my cane,
sword
I take
cane.
it and I take out the sword that's inside of it. Now I have both. I'm like, and then I just start carving into this thing, and
You are
I
dual
attack it.
wielding the sword you pulled out of your cane,
Yes.
and also the rest of the cane.
Yes.
Okay.
yeah. And that's a little more. That's a little more down. You know, that's like it's really the sword is out.
Exquisite sword cane.
So devise stratagem was an action.
Yes.
And then I
then
will
swinging at him will be a second action.
Yes.
And it will use that number that you just rolled. It will hit.
Okay.
So you will do all of your strategic strike damage
Yes,
against
which
this little ooze
is-
in front of you, which is number
Yes, it's number. I got it down. It's
But-
2d6 plus 3, and then 3d8.
You just want-
That sounds right to me.
I-
Something
Please.
like that, yeah.
You need
grab it.
to,
I
here,
can't.
please. What do
Okay.
you need? What do you need? What else did you need? 2d8. Don't go in there.
Yeah, 'cause it's stuck on.
Don't go. Don't go in there. There you go. I'll get him.
Okay. Well, should I roll these separately?
Nah, it's all one attack. You can throw, it's all part of the hit.
Okay. All right. So that is 6, 8, 13, 19 plus 3. That is a
22.
22.
That's a pretty solid hit. And I would say that your cane sword is now stuck to this ooze, except that this follow-up blow after what MD did is enough to shear the thing in half and rupture the whole fish. Shearing through the bottom half of the body of the fish is obviously no trouble whatsoever. It's a fish. But the main bulk of this thing is weirdly gelatinous, and weapons can pass through it.
Does it seem
seemingly
like it
mostly
can like affect
harmlessly.
us or get us sick or something?
Yeah, possibly. They haven't gone yet. But your sword, however, this final strike cleaves right through, and the whole mass of this infection, this mass of orange balls, just ruptures and splits and loses its form entirely, kind of splattering just like a jam across the deck, freeing MD and slaying this one of these things and leaving you with one action left.
Here to help again. Yes. I guess at this
And
point.
as you stand next to MD and kind of look at him, you see everything freeze again. You can still see this pulsing, writhing mass inside Marius, reaching out across the party.
Yes.
And you can see these little yellow lights in each of the three of them where they're connected, now all starting to glow. The whole ghostly figure of each of these four these four people are now entirely highlighted almost in like a shade of pale yellow. and the forms of the other 4 of these small little fish things, these corrupted, infected monsters now, are glowing a very dark orange. You feel a pull to all of them, and you can pick any one of them. Who do you want to focus on?
Either the fish or them?
Any one of the fish or any one of them?
Do I... Just so vague information. I'm just like, what? I guess, I don't know, for whatever reason, what was your character's name? Marius, yes. Because he's up higher, I don't know, I focus on that. I focus on Marius.
Okay. And everything starts moving again. And with that little focus, you feel yourself again just kind of jerk as time almost stutters forward 2 or 3 seconds, everything advancing around you in an instant. And it is their turn. The blobs.
Did I have one last action?
That was your action.
Oh, that was my
The
action.
blobs.
You just got robbed.
Oh, man.
The crime has been committed.
Not again.
I guess I don't need to track the frightened anymore. The frightened one's in the water. He's gone.
Your patience was going down.
No, just a show.
The green blob's next to the green guy, so it's just gonna kind of squelch over to Trey.
Does it know how to step?
No, it sure doesn't. Absolutely gonna provoke an attack of opportunity.
It's stuck 10 feet away from me again.
It's just like as it tries to move in, you whack
I
it.
do miss on a 1, so I have to roll it.
And
but
it is. You do some damage, and it is stuck on the end of your spear as it tries to move forward.
Let's see. That's gonna be. I'm stoked. Where'd Stoke go?
It's on your mic.
Stoke doesn't.
That's right. No, Stoke's just 4 more damage.
Oh, right.
Yeah. So 11, 17, 19 damage. Just
19 points is a pretty good hit. And as you stick your spear into it, that does. Normally, I would not interrupt the move action, but it's literally stuck. So yeah, that's gonna kind of interrupt the move action because it's not stuck over there. It is going to, with a surprising amount of strength, the colony itself, seeming like it just has a vestigial half of a fish sticking out of it, to be more accurate, is going to twist and writhe and try to jerk itself closer to you. Which is going to be a 26 on athletics versus your 4 DC.
It fails.
It is you feel your spear like wrenching and twisting, but you hold on to it, and even though this colony is only about yay big, it's surprising how much it can jerk on this.
They're angry little guys.
And then it's going to spend its last action just slithering its way up the spear, up to your hands. So it's just climbing up next to you, but doesn't have any actions to do horrible things with. So that's you're fortunate there. The purple blob, below Marius, way below Marius, is going to ooze its way over to MD along the railing of the ship. And it is going to lash out, kind of moving. It's definitely not fast, but it's faster than you feel like this thing should be able to manipulate itself. As it gets up to you, it distorts the pile of eggs that are the head of this fish, twist and whip and like kind of lunge and jerk up, turning the whole of itself almost into a projectile as it launches at you.
I thought you were about to say it Resident Evil, like
With the
dog head opens up, tries to eat you.
28 to hit.
28 hits.
28 hits. As this thing connects with you, these adolescent proto-Escalugians are, again, very different. They don't have the structure inside them. They don't have those little bone-like stabbers. They're not there. You're not getting pierced by anything. You're just getting hit by this and burned by whatever strange material they're made up from. This is a mixture of bludgeoning and acid damage. It's 26 points of mixed bludgeoning and acid damage.
Oh, jeez.
And it is going to attempt to stick to you
No.
Sticky little
with a
guys.
34 to
No.
grab
No.
against your 4 DC.
No. I'm grabbed. What was the total?
34. Just a regular success, probably.
Mm-hmm.
You're a big, strong guy. It's probably just a regular success.
It's only off by like 3.
And again, this is a fairly
It's a
large
crit.
little colony here. Is it shoot? It is a crit.
What's your fort?
Fort
What?
16. I'm sticking 2.
That is a crit.
Then it's going to jump up to your torso and stick and glue across your body. You are functionally restrained. You can take no action to try to break away from this, as the vestigial tail of the fish almost falls off of this one entirely, as it splats and spreads and kind of glues your arms to the sides of your chest, so you can't even really move to fight effectively anymore. We have 2 more of them up top. Reese, coming out of the door, jumps up onto the helm to help Skywin, and for the moment, 2 of them up there seem to be doing a decent job of holding off the 2 of the other Iskalugians up on the helm. Bringing us back around to Trey. You have
I'm
a
gonna
glue on you.
use
It's
my
right next to you.
shield to just kind of scrape it off my spear and effectively athletics check and shove it off the boat.
Yeah, it's to unstick is not even really an attack roll. It's just an athletics check to get it off of your weapon.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna hold the weapon over the edge of the boat and then just peel it off.
Okay. Athletics. So you roll a 1,
I rolled an 11.
you probably succeed. What is it?
30.
You succeed.
You did it.
All
You
right.
get this thing off of your shield where it falls and just sticks onto the railing of the ship next to you.
Now I'm gonna boot.
Boot.
Boot. I want it gone.
Big shove.
Kick it.
That is literally cocked. It's standing straight up.
An impressive roll, sir.
Trick shot.
It's a frick shot.
31.
31 will absolutely regular succeed. So you reach up your foot and you go to kick this thing off the side of the ship and you kick it back and feel the weight of this thing glued onto your boot pull with you. They are spectacularly dense. It doesn't pull you off the ship, but you have your foot up over the side and it's stuck to your foot. Like you are.
I'm gonna peel it off my foot with the shield. It's like when you get super glue on your fingers and you're trying to get it off.
It is really, they're very sticky.
That seems
Seems
like
to
the
be the
cartoon
primary
thing.
problem so far.
You get
Another 11 just to peel it off my shield.
Fantastically average rolls, sir.
Yeah.
As you scrape it off of your foot and see again the wad of orange, egg-like, eyeball-like, whatever they are,
stuck
these
to my
strange
shield
cells,
now?
and the fish separate entirely and plop into the river.
Because I was just gonna throw the shield. The shield's magic. It's free off the bracelet.
Forget this. Gone. All right, Marius.
All right. Hunt prey on the aqua teal one.
Fallen Funny Sky one, fair enough.
Yeah, and I'll give him a deadly aim and then a hunted shot.
All right, so you roll a deadly aim first.
7 plus 17, so 24.
So, Reginald, as you feel this weird time skip here, still with no idea what's going on, but just kind of keeping it to yourself because it's incredibly strange, you see Marius look up across the ship and really kind of aim in and shoot an arrow. And then you get the weirdest sense of deja vu. Roll it again.
17.
So what's the total?
34.
You get a 34 to hit.
Okay.
So I
You-
helped him reroll.
You get the weirdest sense of deja vu. You would swear you literally watched this exact shot happen twice. You don't know what has happened. But
Do I see it in me? Like, what am I glowing or anything
no.
like that?
Right. When the world is moving, when you're just in time, everything looks normal to you. It's
Okay.
only when it pauses, everything goes ghostly, colorless, transparent, and you see this strange infection.
And so in that
across the
point,
body.
I look normal, or I look
You-
black and white.
You are black and white like everything else. You're a ghostly form as well.
So I don't know if that's real or not because I am also basically monochromed, like my natural.
You don't know why this is happening, but it started once you touched MD. And here, now clearly, you are experiencing something. It's not just that you're perceiving time wrong. You're pretty confident you are controlling it a little. You sort of focus, and you can do it again.
Do you guys know what's happening to me? Okay.
You can stop this at will. You can pause. You can freeze everything. You can almost step away from the event
man
and
has
just
TiVo.
see this corruption inside Marius, these tendrils across the three of them. And sometimes you can even control how exactly time continues to flow. You are a chrono skimmer now. And you have 3 new abilities. So enjoy your 9th level character and then also an archetype that you don't know about.
This is just a completely extra thing.
Yep.
Okay.
Don't worry, I'll be adding it to your backup character sheet.
And
Thanks, bud.
while technically 2 of those abilities are once per day, and I did use them for the purposes of introducing them,
That's
I will let you go ahead and use them again. Consider that you have them once per day. The first one happens automatically with initiative, and the 2 on the second page are a reaction and a single action that you can each use once. Anyway, Marius, you hit.
Okay, so that hit.
You hit.
Okay, that's a 26 damage, 5 of which was sonic.
Ooh, okay.
Boom.
Brett gets to watch a ranger happen now.
That's so
I want to see a man
freaking
make
cool.
70 attacks.
If
in
it
one turn.
hasn't exploded, then I'm gonna.
It has not exploded, but I am confident that it will after this. They hit.
Yeah. Okay.
Not the challenge.
Save you
It's
the
just,
trouble.
Just don't roll a 1.
Save you the
If
bed.
you roll a 1, we'll do math, and you'll probably still hit anyway. But
This is the math part.
Even I miss on a 1.
11.
really?
Yeah.
What
11.
would your total be on
Plus
a 1?
one.
22.
Plus.
Oh yeah, not cool. We're not that cool yet.
12.
I'm pretty confident the pair of shots
31.
from the numbers that I hear being muttered over there is probably going to kill this wand.
30.
And, oh, 30, yeah, absolutely. 30 more damage. These this series of 3 arrows thudding into the deck, squelching into this horrible thing, this infected fish, are going to shatter this infection and leave it a stain on the deck.
Kind of salute Skywin a little bit.
Cammy.
Okay. Can the pink one still be targeted?
Yeah, I mean why wouldn't it be? It's just it's grabbing him. It's stuck to him.
Okay.
You know,
That makes me scared.
probably fine. Maybe don't like fireball it, but like
Fireball it.
Fireball.
or do. I'm not your
I
dad.
have permission.
You already know what these things are weak to.
You fireball.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
They're
use
weak to
the sonic
fireball.
explosion on it.
No, not that one. Oh.
The week's dying.
Yeah,
They are weak to
Okay.
dying. These infected fish seem to be clearly much easier to dispatch than things you had fought than the thing you had fought previously. It's not comparable at all.
That's what made me sick.
As soon as I see
Knees?
this thing latch on to MD, just holding nothing back, as if it's breathing, just immediately I'm going to shoot out a shot at the pink one, and I'm going to evict this this fish.
Gotta pull out a sauce on that infect. All right, fair enough.
It's a ranged spell attack.
Okay. Roll it. You hit.
I never get to do that. Yeah, that's gonna
If
be.
you still had your bless, I would definitely this would be my out for it to just trigger.
Oh my gosh, the bless. Yeah, it would be a 29 to hit.
Yeah, that would crit by a lot. Yeah,
Woo!
but you
Awesome.
don't get crits, so
because
regular
this
hit.
is chilling darkness. So I remember that these things were
Did
weak
not like
to
cold.
cold. And with the my nose, my pages. Yeah. Okay. So with the crit, it's gonna be
It's a regular hit.
it's-
They can't be crit.
No. I thought I did. I never crit.
And that continues today.
Okay. Well, it's a heightened spell, so I'm gonna get like sort of a crit because I'm gonna get an extra 2d6. I'm gonna need
Just like a
yours,
crit.
and I'm gonna need yours. I'm actually gonna need one more. Somebody wants to donate. Yeah, thank you. Here we go.
Please, for just 1d6 a day, you too can support
This is what
Cammy.
7d6 of cold damage. If they happen to be celestials, we could talk. I don't think they are.
I know what they are. The fish.
So 19
19. All right.
cold damage.
Pink one, which is number
Pink.
1. He hasn't been hit yet.
Now
And
he's
he
cold.
is weak to cold, so it's going to be significantly more than 19, I'll tell you that.
Okay. And then just continuing to mark my focus off over there, I'm actually going to switch the stoke to Marius. Just sort of looking over to him like, we need to do something.
Super soak.
And we forgot, when I cast hexes now, I give 7 temp HP. MD.
Hi. Can need those.
You feel
7
slightly
temp HP,
reinvigorated
MD.
with this.
For the sake of new character and not knowing, it is precision damage. His 3d6. It's the
Oh,
same
it's
progression
piercing?
as a rogue.
It's sneak attack. Okay,
It's
so you won't
sneak
get that
attack.
on these. Fair enough.
You just don't get your 3d6
Yeah,
against
you
these
actually the
things.
strategic strike is it's called precision damage. It's like sneak attack. It's because you like calculate this exact hit, which there's not a weak point to hit on these really. So
I
these guys
could-
you actually don't get the 3D bonus because
Don't worry.
it's
I
fine.
have
It's
a
fine for now.
friend.
Going forward. Yeah, he
I have a
also gets to
friend.
not get precision damage. You guys can be
That's
sad
like
together.
Half the combat encounters is me not being able to do the thing.
And now you both sequentially cannot get to do your thing. MD.
But trust me, when we get to do the thing, they're gonna die. Me and you, we're good friends.
Yeah.
I am gonna break free of this restraint.
All right. Athletics check.
Can I? That's unarmed.
It's versus its athletics DC.
That's a 6 on the die. That's a total of
Well, it's an athletics check or an attack roll, whatever's better, or acrobatics. But you're probably not better at acrobatics than the other two things.
I am better at acrobatics.
Well, it could be that.
So it's a 6 plus 16. 22.
Definitely still stuck. It's really hard. Like it's incredible how congealed they are. They are such a cohesive unit, and it is just so dang sticky.
I hate this.
It has the attack trait too. So,
I'm slippery prey.
what's
I get agile on breaking free of grabs.
hey,
and
that's
restraint.
slightly better. Let's
Yeah.
go.
I took
Only
that.
-4 instead of -5.
Pretty sure I took that, but yeah.
That's better.
Natural 20.
He's free. He's slippery prey.
Um,
Takes you 2 actions worth, but you do manage to finally worm your way out from this thing and slip free with 1 action left.
I want to reposition him off the boat.
Give me an athletics check at a -10.
Sir?
Yes.
Minus 12.
-12.
Oh
I
my
forgot. You're
gosh.
shaking.
Excuse me.
Now, if it says a natural 20, it's not.
Oh.
Oh.
I was like, no way.
It's a 5 on the die.
What's your total?
Not great. 10.
Yeah, that's a critical failure. So you get it off of you and try to shove it over off of the boat. The thing sticks to the railing, and as you put all your force into pushing on this, it's like a weird wall of glue. On the deck of the ship here, you lose your footing and fall prone.
I kept up.
And he keeps up. Brett, we come around to you, good
There was
sir.
a critical failure.
Yes.
Wait.
So that device. So that the 3d8.
You-
I don't get that.
Yeah, you can still
3d6.
3d6.
you can
3d6.
still devise a stratagem. You can still devise a stratagem, and you'll get the intelligence to your attack. But like hitting these, it hardly matters. It's not. It's probably not worth the action. You might as well just whack them.
Get him.
Hit him.
Mess him up.
Well, I am going to. You will see a bit of amongst my gray scale, a little bit of just blue sparks here and there, and I will actually touch my friend here and cast haste on him, just for your next time.
Like a cat getting catnip eyes.
Right.
away.
I was like, well, so many down things keep happening. You get so many negatives. I'm like,
Welcome.
You need a
bad.
jolt.
Welcome to the party.
You feel a surge, and as you do, you start to simultaneously see the scene around you rush forward, like you're seeing possibilities, different events rapidly rushing at you as you accelerate. You are hasted. Welcome to the time stream, buddy.
I feel like I see that in his eyes, and like, maybe he's seeing what I've been seeing lately.
And that's 2 actions to cast haste.
Yes,
One
it
left.
is. And then I am going to. What's better, shield or parry?
They are The same. So it's functionally the shield. If you want to block a hit, the magical shield's a lot more powerful. So probably shield. Really.
Okay, then I will then put up shield as well because I do not want to get touched because it's quite gross.
You see just a magical force field pop up in front of him, like ew.
Probably should do that the first turn, but
Yucky.
whatever.
Not today. That's not for me. Thank you.
I have that spell, and I should use it more often.
MD, you shove this thing off and try to get it off the boat, but sitting here right next to you, it is just going to continue to try to slap and glue to you.
I like no.
30 even to hit.
Yeah. My math skills like disappeared out of my brain for a second.
It's not a crit.
Wait,
It's not a crit.
with haste, does he get anything to his AC?
He does. He just gets extra actions, which is
Okay.
really good, but doesn't help his AC.
Right.
It's going to be 18 points of bludgeoning damage
Minus the 7 to 11.
and a 24 to grab you,
24?
which is your fortitude DC.
Yeah, it does.
Sacked.
And he's stuck to you again. Sickened is cool. He's stuck to you once
Oh my
again.
gosh.
And as it attaches, it just continues to kind of burn on your skin, spreading out, and it doesn't have those hard parts. They haven't developed. It can't get into you. But you feel it constrict and squeeze and burn like it's trying.
Plus its soul. Souls.
Even 30 to hit. I rolled 5 higher.
Oh my
so
gosh.
with the -5, it's the same number.
Matt.
Stop.
That's math, kids.
Max damage.
No, but it is 27.
Okay.
Oh, sorry.
Combined
3 off max damage.
bludgeoning and acid.
Wait, how low were you on your HP?
How much
He's
was 27?
27.
Cool. I am bloody.
Now the good news is the thing that's attached to you is also bloodied. So
This
it's
is nothing new.
It's progress. It's struggling.
It's
It's
a really good introduction to the party of me just almost dying every single combat.
beat on by the blobs. I have great news, everyone. At the start of the 3rd round, you see another pair of these things
Oh my gosh.
slurp up over the railings, up on the helm,
Is it
where
the 2 I threw off?
Gaiwin and Reese are fighting. One of
The
them
same
looks
two,
very
yeah.
injured. Yes, one of them looks like it's been lightly stabbed by a spear. They are fish, and they can in
Oh.
fact swim back around and get
Oh,
bumped up on the
we've
ship.
been throwing fish overboard.
It's where they came from.
We're so
That's how they got here in the
the
first
point is, I
place.
got them away from you.
There
I mean, I
were
appreciate
there
that.
was like a whole round where we didn't have to deal with one of them.
Yeah.
So,
And when you think about it, we should have just left them on board and they might not be able to breathe.
no, this
You
was-
hear the sticking and kind of like wet slapping of this limp fishtail as they climb, coming up the side, and see 2 of them crest up on the top once more. But you also hear a much heavier sound of something thudding into the hole. And you know what a sane gave us? It wasn't a woe.
It was 2.
It was actually 2 woes.
Oh my gosh.
And I know of a thing we've definitely already got a token for.
Whoa.
It's the boy.
Clambering up at the back end of the ship is the original Iskalug, or something that looks identical to it. I'm gonna roll this initiative and put it on the table.
Does that all look like similar to like the kind of stuff that?
Oh, this no.
That's-
Is that the thing
Indy
that
will
gave you the
literally go.
point?
This is what made me sick.
Right, right,
That's the thing.
Yeah, don't get any of it on you. Like the little thingies have nails. They hurt.
Right.
They bite. They're chompy. Like a baby hobgoblin.
I was 33.
I don't care.
I
He rolled a
figured it.
1.
It
No,
got
he got a 20.
It got a
Oh, he's about to throw up on Candy again.
44 for initiative.
Oh no.
And as
Oh
you
my
see this
gosh.
thing clamber up onto the deck, this writhing mass of these more developed eyeballs. And this one you can see what you'd seen before. Each of these orbs encased in a translucent shell, much more cohesive, individual units bound together in this strange skin sac. This isn't just a growth on the front of a kind of large fish. This is the flesh that was made specifically for this thing, the thing to carry the colony, the source of the original plague. And it's...
For what it's worth, I get 4d4 mental damage on the purple one.
It's
Because
not physically impossible that would kill it, but
I thought it didn't have mental.
it's not.
he let me battle cry it.
That was the first... Oh, the one up top.
Yeah.
Right.
And then I hit it so it would stay
Well,
frightened
it
for
is
2
immune to
rounds.
mental damage, so...
It takes nothing. And then
We just like rolling dice.
it takes nothing.
Yeah.
Dice
nothing.
are fun.
I didn't know there were zeros on that.
Yeah, it's actually
Kinda
all
crazy,
zeros.
actually.
That's crazy.
It's a novelty, all 0 dice.
That's what I roll. A whole set.
This Iskalug.
Say that 5 times real fast.
Iskalug.
No, this Iskalug.
This Iskalug. This Iskalug. This Iskalug. You can't get me with the
That was 3
the
times.
tongue twister.
You didn't say it 5 times.
Is going to rise up, and you see it come and just sort of turn its bulk towards the group of you, and it seems mostly affixed on MD.
You're carrying the babies.
You got the baby.
My dead Pete dad showed back up.
And as it looks at you, the 2 tentacle-like arms just sort of rise up and start to waver. And you hear an undulating sound come out from the colony. And you see all of the water around the ship start to sprout similar writhing tendrils as it casts some kind of a spell.
Why?
It can do magic.
No.
kids.
No!
I mean, no.
It can do magic. It can't think. Got no brain.
The
This one can.
mature colony can do magic.
Oh my gosh.
And then it is going to rush forward, thundering down the deck up towards right adjacent to the mast here. It doesn't have any actions left to slap anybody, so Trey.
Oh,
This thing.
it was
Alright.
bad.
This thing addicted to
I
the
was gonna use my tactician's helm, but it came to me, so I don't have to. I'm gonna leave the guys up on the helm alone.
Now you see, it's Skywin and Reese up there. They're fairly competent.
Yeah, I'm not too worried about those little guys. I did a number on one of them, the other one got poked. They'll be okay. Over here, can I shove my way past it?
You could try to tumble through or shove it. Yeah, those are the 2 options, unless you want to go around the other side of the mast. It's pretty big for this small little ship.
I think I'll just go around it
Fair enough.
in one action.
Ooh.
Surge of speed. I move 35 feet.
Hmm.
He zoops around to the backside, sprinting across the deck under Marius.
High five Marius on the way through.
Marius 12 feet up. He just jumps. The jumping high five.
And I'll actually get right up against it on
Okay.
the backside. No reason to try and abuse reach here. I already know this thing can't be
It's
flanked.
got some long tentacles.
And then raise shield.
Okay.
Stay in.
Give me a stand.
Another 11.
Very
Really?
statistically
11
average.
That's
heavy.
like 5 or 6 of them now.
Yeah.
Easy was
Some
your
people
walk.
would consider
There's
that
the
like
important question.
Yeah,
Does
um,
Spider-Man hit it on an 11?
32.
It does.
Yeah.
It does. Yes. All right. That's important. That's the good intel.
And then 8, 16, 15 damage.
15 points of damage. Marius.
Well, I probably shouldn't blow it up.
Blows it up.
Hunt prey, and then same thing. Some deadly aim and a hunted shot.
Do it. It
I
works
like
so
to imagine
well.
that it has the noob tube sound from Call of Duty
Exactly.
when he shoots that arrow. Just
Yeah, so 36.
36 will hit.
Okay.
Remember,
the
you're
big-
stoked.
Ooh, okay, yeah.
Hey, you're
the
gonna
big
do
guy
a lot
on
of
the
El
crits.
hits.
Stoko.
We're
He
hitting-
sure
we're hitting
isn't,
that
buddy.
level of math again.
Hey, the big guy's not immune to crits.
36 is a regular hit, though.
Oh, okay.
Wow. Plus.
You fought this guy before. He was.
I
not
don't
super
remember his
easy to hit.
numbers. I just remember getting
Oh, no.
almost dead.
I don't know. I can't type.
The mature colony is not a swarm. It is like a thing with the suit. So
Okay,
it's
23.
damage.
Yeah.
Woo!
One of the. Does Sonic matter for this? Like,
No, it just takes it like anything else.
all right. And
Just
hunt
takes
shot.
it like a champ.
Ooh, not great.
3 and a 6.
Yeah, it's a 3 and a 6. So if I just
Probably
add them
not
together,
gonna
that's
be
yeah.
those, honestly.
Let's just say 19.
You could literally add them together, and I'm pretty sure you're not hitting.
Yeah.
Like those
Cheers to that.
those 2 shots.
Cheers.
Oh, cheers!
Cheers.
Cheers indeed.
Cheers. Cheers.
Thank you,
This is
Corey.
another viewer
Yay.
thing.
Drink, brother.
Drink. Tink.
Okay.
Tink.
No, you don't get a team.
What were we cheers
No
into?
think. I don't get things.
Chat.
Oh,
Why are we doing this?
Why would it-
I have a novel in front of me.
Yeah, he's trying to learn so much. I just threw a Chrono Skimmer archetype at him. He's like, he's fighting for his life over there in the
Wait, it
corner.
does say chug, right? So, yeah.
Chug all of
But
it.
your 2 arrows sail down and embed themselves in the flesh of this thing's body, and you can immediately see the little rips that it make are stitched back together by the secretions of the colony inside. Those are both going to miss. So, Cammy.
Not messing around here, dude. MD's not feeling too good.
Why not? No. He's getting slapped by a little fishy dude in the
Oh, she
corner.
knows my exact status. So she
Yeah.
knows my
I know
exact
he's
number.
not doing so good. And this thing is barreling towards him.
Well, it was barreling down the ship. It was towards Trey, and Trey just kind of Trey and you, and Trey just kind of juked around it as it ran in.
I know what
Okay.
happened last time we stood in front of this thing.
I'm
not letting us all stand in one spot.
I shouldn't be here, huh?
Trey's going immediately for the maybe we spread out technique.
Let's hop into the barrel again.
The barrel's right there.
The barrel's
No,
still
you
there.
can totally take cover in the barrel.
I mean, I could. I just don't want to get thrown overboard. Listen.
Barrels
Here's what
float.
here's what I'm gonna do. Okay, so is he heading? Where does it look like he's heading?
It looks like he's pretty content right there. He's turned around to
Fine.
try to face.
Then I don't have to do that to
And
him.
stand and fight.
Okay, save that for later. So my first option is now that I'd previously been standing here, with good shelter, shade from the sun, with Trey next to me. Now I found myself abandoned, and I'm going to look around, and I would like to run right in between Reginald and the wall. I'm just gonna sort of get into this corner. And as I'm running, I'm gonna peek around you as if it was just like a corner. I'm gonna shoot over at this guy. I'm going to need a reflex save.
Okie dokie.
Oh, you trust me now?
Can you move over a little bit, actually?
Okay, gotcha.
37.
Critical success.
It's
Never
6 and
mind.
3, by the way.
It's gone. Nothing happens. What do you mean?
Is that the rules of the table? It
I
just
should
falls
just
off the
tear
table.
this
It
in
doesn't
half.
exist.
That's crazy.
That spell's actually removed from your character. You can't even learn
Can I
it
use
anymore.
like a hero point to make you reroll? Yeah.
Honestly, for casters, that's not a horrible idea. They're kind of okay with the caveat that that's a two-way
Okay, I was
street.
memeing, but if you let me,
That's
I'll
a
do
two-way
Okay, so
street,
here's
though.
the thing. If we're doing hero points
No,
to
never
reroll
mind. No, I don't want to
save
do. No,
against
no. The
viability-
rules are fine as it is. No,
As your lawyer.
The rules are fine
I
as
mean,
they
no,
are.
if it
I don't-
only applies to casters, then I'm fine with it.
Yeah.
No, the rules are fine as they are. I
You don't want me to
represent.
villain point you to reroll natural 20 saves?
No, I represent the casters. I'm the caster department now, and we have met. We have voted, come to a decision, and we are
considered the other casters.
we're
in the party.
declining the offer. You're only like a partial
I have third level
sometimes.
spells.
So is he.
I am the caster. I
All
say
right.
no. No, I don't want that. I'm fine. My spell fizzles. My turn is over. I would like wait, no. I cackle. I'm just done. Okay,
wait, no.
you get
I'm
that.
gonna-
You get to give 2 people 7 HP.
You.
Yay.
Both of them.
They don't stink.
They don't. You and you.
There
Um,
we go.
MD.
I'm gonna look at Reginald and say,
What a great
"Get this
turn."
thing off me right now." And I'm gonna hold turn until he.
You don't need to be so feisty.
And it's threatening. It's like a threatening voice.
Brett, the Reginald.
Yes.
Then
I was like,
I wrote your name instead of your
Okay,
character name.
all
on the
right,
back of this.
I-
That wasn't smart.
um,
Everyone
what
else, I just
Star
read the
Fox-
thing on the back.
yeah, I will. I will I'll use my cane sword and just try and just pry this thing off of him. Go, come on.
Make me an attack roll.
Stab it.
Can I do a devise a stratagem for that?
Yeah, sure. There's not a lot of a point, but you can because again, it's not gonna like.
You can't really miss.
You can't really. Yeah, you're not gonna
Okay.
miss it. Like it's a little blob.
All right, I'll just roll the attack roll to get the thing off of you. 15 plus anything?
15 plus it hits. So you you stick your sword in here and try to pry it off, and like the
Yes.
blade pierces fairly easily into the thing. It's the levering it off part that's hard.
Yeah.
Because as you get your sword stuck in there and you go to kind of push it against, like almost levered against MD's body, your sword is very glued into the wad there. But you did have to stick your sword in it to do that, so you can just roll me like your normal damage because you do have to. The sword is in it. That hurts it.
Okay.
This hurts the wad.
2d6 plus 3. 7 plus 3, that is 10.
Hey, that's a pretty good little stab.
Stab.
Poke.
Stab.
All right, but that's one action. Your sword is now stuck in it.
Yeah.
And you can't like.
I can't get it out?
You can make if you want to get it out, you need to make an athletics check.
Is that an action?
Yes, it'll be an action, and then D20 plus your athletics modifier to try to yank your sword back out or to flip it off of MD, hopefully, but it's very sticky.
The new sword.
Let's see. I am going to, and you guys will have to look up what this, what I do with this.
You just tell me and I'll.
Thank you.
Yeah.
'Cause I don't have it on here yet. I'm going to look over towards the big, while this thing is stuck in there, and then I see that thing coming, and I will do, again, you'll see a little bit of blue electricity coming like from,
Electric
coming
arc.
from down from the hat, and then I will do phase bolt towards the
Ooh.
big.
He just shoots a little laser.
Just a little
Okay.
yeah.
That is, I believe, a spell attack roll on phase bolt.
Yes. I don't know what the plus is. Wait,
Plus
hold on.
14.
It is plus 14. I rolled a natural 19 plus 14, so that's 33.
33 is going to hit it.
And can you tell me what the damage is?
At this point, should be 5d4.
5d4.
Force damage.
There you go. Here's some more. How many do you have? That's enough?
That is 5. Yes. And that is 3, 4, 5, 9, 11.
And with this
Sorry, 7. Roll 2 more.
Oh, 2 more.
Oh!
11 plus 2d4,
Plus 7, so it's 18.
18 points of damage.
Okay.
Cool.
So, Oroku-san in the chat, a new hand touches the beacon. This is a hero point for our big protective orc MD. And this is not a woe, even though it's $50, which looks like a woe, but in fact a wheel, because there's a new guy here, and I want to set up a false pretense. Smile for my chaos was stated from last week's performance. Made me cry, dang it. That bolt is going to strike into the core of this thing, and it is just a little crackling blue projectile of energy. And as it hits, two things are going to happen from this wheel. First, the thing is going to stagger backwards as this bolt shoots into it and kind of pops, sending a dozen of these little spheres just bursting out and scattering onto the deck harmlessly. The thing reels back, its tentacles kind of flailing, and you see all of the tendrils in the water almost immediately disappear and withdraw. And secondly, that is going to strike and disrupt it well enough to deactivate its regeneration, as there is this little crackling bolt of force that has gone and just sort of burst in the center of the colony of this thing. And that will bring us to MD, who that thing stuck to you looks like it's pretty much at death's door, but it is still stuck to you.
I know it's way past, but can I use my reaction on his strike when he hit it the first time?
Sure.
Yeah, just to hit it with
Just
the
to
sword.
get it
I
off.
forget I have it because I only triggered it off of him.
Normally, it is
You
just.
have
guys are
another
both
guy
I have
with
another
axe
trigger
now.
buddy. So as you stab it, its attention kind of turns towards you, and my longsword just reaches down and stabs back at it.
What if our swords touched inside the Iskalusion?
It's a 10 on it hits. I'm a 10.
Terrible. It's just two guys both slapping at the same
15 will do it. 15 is going to be enough to rupture and destroy this thing attached to you as it comes around, since that's the reaction, as it comes around to your turn.
Opportune backstab.
Opportune it stab.
Dislodging.
Not so much of a back, really, just kind of opportune,
then-
just like general stab.
I'm going to rush towards the big guy. You see, with my haste action to stride, I'm going to rush towards the big guy.
Okay.
And then I'm going to use 2 actions to first attack with the shield and follow up with the sword to Twin Fane.
Okay.
So the first attack, we have 13 on the die.
Probably not, but maybe.
32
That'll
minus,
hit. That'll hit.
minus 2 from sickened, right?
Yep.
30.
That won't hit. It's in there somewhere.
But what matters is he's flat-footed against the second strike as the sword follows up right behind the shield. For a 17 on the die. My math sucks. 17 plus 14. Yeah.
That's
31.
31.
Plus 14 minus 2 plus 2.
29.
Right, because flat-footed, so minus 2 versus his flat-footed.
29 on his flat-footed exactly catches him. That's exactly perfect. He needed a 17, and he got it.
Still immune to precision damage.
No, he isn't.
Not the
He
big boy.
sure ain't not the big guy.
Not the big guy.
Not the big guy. He ain't.
You
had
can
your
do
target.
your full combo on the big boy too. Your full combo, the full damage.
6, 10,
Oh, with the survival
16,
strategy.
22, 29.
Poke.
As that sword just full weight of the attack comes in, stabs, pulls out, last action ratio.
Raise shield, probably wise.
He's got
As
2 shield bros, one
this
on either
thing
side.
is going to, as it kind of spins and flails, you, Trey, back behind it. It just casts one big tentacle out, just like a big swinging log, your direction. Going much more for brute force than any kind of finesse. A 32 to hit.
That'll connect.
It will connect. And smack says 15 points of bludgeoning damage. Not a particularly mighty blow, but as it slides across you, you do feel the little piercing bites of the colony as they attempt
25.
to detach. And a 25
I already know that fails.
against the fun stuff. And as it spins, it's going to come back around. Its focus on MD, and you see all the bulk of the spheres in its head start to come together and suck in. And then all at once, it blasts outwards. What seems like very intentionally over your head. But at Cammy and Reginald. Make me a reflex save.
Does
That's
Cammy
the-
have cover?
Cammy has
Do
lesser
I have
cover. So you get a
Yay.
+1 because there's a Reginald in front of you.
So
16 plus 17, that is 33.
That's a success.
On the off chance, this thing's
you
not
say-
magical, is it?
What, the spray?
No, it. Like the effect.
Not-
The disease is not magic in any way.
Not inherently, no.
Okay. I have resist elf magic.
Parasitic.
Which would be funny.
No.
that's just an elf.
That's it. That's a very.
It just looks
That's
a
what
little
elves
different.
look like.
It's a
I'm not one to
biblically
judge.
accurate.
I
Biblically accurate elf.
Did you say biblically accurate elf?
They are aliens in
That's
Pathfinder.
it. That's a biblically accurate elf. What you got, Cammy?
Am I about to take damage?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Let me do something
I
first.
would say hopefully not, but yes, you are about to take some damage.
Okay. I'll roll the check. Nothing else happened. Here we go. Woo!
Well.
Okay.
Yeah. Would you like some babies again?
Mm-mm.
Because that
No.
looks like babies again.
Do you think so? Hold on.
My save is way better than yours.
She's thinking.
You.
She's thinking.
Last time I got babies, it was on a 1.
Reroll it.
What am I just gonna do
Last time I got babies, it was on a 1.
That sentence.
Out of context Pathfinder quotes. That's like,
Well, it was because I re-rolled it from a 2.
I told you it could only get worse. I told you. I warned
And
you.
he hasn't
You
said that this
freak me
time, so
out.
re-roll it before he says that.
No, you're
Only
fine.
gets
You do need to reroll.
Cat machine dead.
I'm going to
Use the other one.
I would like. What's happening to me? I like to think. I would like to date. Oh well, Link, but I would like to thank Link, but it's not really Link because Link said that it was from George. So
Yeah.
George.
my best
George
meow
will say
goes
this.
to George, the cat that I will. I guess I'll never meet, but I know so much about now. This is a shame. This one goes out to him. I think of him. Come on. Derp, that's lower.
No, that didn't change the result.
I just lost a hero point.
That's your fault.
What's your total there?
It's a 22.
Hey!
Would have been a
24.
24.
Which still
Regular
would've-
failure, right? I mean, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. At least you don't have babies. No babies. Oh yeah,
Brett,
lots
this
of
sucks,
damage.
by the way.
Oh, okay. Cool.
What'd you roll?
33.
Oh, cool. You're perfect.
You got a
Okay.
success.
Cammy, you are going to take 37 points of piercing damage from the hail of little things, and with a success on our investigator, you are only going to take 18. You are going to take half of that.
Cammy takes the damage. She feels a warmth
Is it
well up
18?
inside of her.
18, yes.
I take 4 of it instead. I don't have a choice. But it eats through 4 of the temp HP she gave me.
That's true. But,
Yay!
hey, it's working. It's a cycle.
We've got a
The
cycle.
circle
We're
of
trading.
life.
Our HP totals are becoming grade
Hey, Cammy,
lines.
make a fortitude save.
Huh?
Make a
What?
fortitude
no,
save.
No, because play before you attempt a fortitude save. This was from Nebula, 315.
That's why I
you
said
succeed
you
at the saving throw without needing to roll. You gain the drained one condition. Don't care. I'm not pregnant.
All right.
Not today, AJ.
That's why I told you to use the other one.
Not today. That was last week.
Fair enough. That's a pretty good hero point to have
It's
right
on the
now.
top of my stack. I knew I was going to use that.
So, fortunately,
You have a lot of cards.
Got a lot of cards right now.
This is the caster look right here.
Cammy's hero
Losing my
point
mind.
is going to be enough. And you see again just a void where most of this thing's head was, as the body now kind of staggers around a little off center. Dozens of these orange orbs having been sprayed across the deck. As they strike each of you, they hit and they splat. They're soft-ish, but you feel a hard, needle-like appendage inside of them just punch out of these balls, piercing in and ripping across your skin. That's where all the damage comes from. But neither of you are infected because you succeeded the first save and you succeeded the second save. So that brings us back to Trey.
Rage shield. Knockdown.
Me?
Yeah, you're good on
I'm
health.
all right. I'm all right.
Knocking it down.
Oh, and from Hypervol, can't leave the gnome vulnerable.
Oh,
point
thank
for
you.
Honey.
Oh, thank you.
What you got?
Gnome protection.
Reverse strike.
Oh, that's perfect for you.
You missed. Did I?
Does that apply to spells?
To say attack
Okay,
roll?
what's
Or
the verbiage?
It's a,
Attack.
Am I allowed to say?
Well, you could say the verbiage. Is
It
it
says
attack
an
roll?
attack roll.
Okay, so
Ew.
That doesn't
It
specify.
Sure does.
Knock it down.
then yeah, knockdown
Knockdown.
and rage shield.
Okay. Let's see. Hit first.
25.
You
No.
thud your spear down, and it just kind of thumps into the exposed sort of flesh tube at the top of this, the shoulders, for lack of a better word, where once there were many of these spears and now sprayed across the deck. You just kind of hit it with a slapping noise fairly harmlessly. That's going to miss.
Yeah.
And that's going to bring us then to Marius.
All right.
World's fastest turn.
Fighter.
Fighter.
All right. Deadly aim, hunted shot, regular shot.
Ooh. He's just firing the gun up there. Ooh.
That's a 1. Get rid of the 1.
Yeah, so the last one definitely fails.
That's a regular shot, right?
Yeah, he said
15,
deadly aim, hunter shot, regular shot. So
18, 33.
33 hits.
31.
Hits.
And then 22.
Definitely does not hit.
Okay.
So the 33 and the 31, 2 of these arrows finding the colony deep inside this thing. 2 of them just whiffing through the flesh sack outside.
Ooh. Okay. I'm gonna go slowly, so I have to redo this. Plus 4 plus 6.
He's thinking.
48.
Okay.
Dunk, dunk.
Dunk, dunk.
He rolled really high on the first
That's
one.
a little dunk dunk right there. I'll
Almost
say that.
max damage. What was
I
it,
told you,
775?
deadly aim's a pretty good choice.
Holy crap, he's definitely like we would skip right past bloodied there. That was like right below bloodied, and now he's very bloodied.
I want this guy gone.
Same.
That salvo of arrows coming down from the crossbeam there brings us back to Cammy. A little shredded, but not pregnant. So
Hey,
No
that's
babies.
cool.
the little wins in life.
You gotta
It's-
take them where you can get them, right?
Huh?
You gotta take them where you can get them when you're fighting horrible monsters like this. And collect your dumps.
Oh man, dude, this has been a
You love this guy. He's a great guy. I thought he was the right
He's a
token.
guy. He's an elf, right?
He's just a regular,
Looks like an elf.
average-looking elf.
I need to get glasses, but I don't.
You have them. You need them.
I do.
There's so many pairs of glasses on the table.
Yeah, you can have. We put both of those on. You have like 3
Wow.
layers of
Oh my
lenses.
God.
if
We're
you
in the
put-
minority.
No, if you put all
have
of them on,
contacts.
do you
I'm
get,
in the
like,
minority.
magnification?
I don't really wear glasses.
Okay,
I can't actually
we're-
wear these. These are just a prop.
Oh, okay.
We're in the minority.
Whoa.
Oh my
illusion
gosh,
shattered.
that just took me.
If I take off my glasses, I become a prop.
All right, Cammy, what do you
Because
do?
I'm
What does
useless.
that
I want
mean?
to take a
I
turn.
become useless.
I want
Thank
to
you.
take a turn.
Take your turn,
Okay,
please.
I want to. I am cowering. Behind,
free action.
behind this fox gentleman. Who I wasn't so sure about, but current circumstances have just. I have bigger.
You don't have
fish
to trust
fry.
him for him to be an object that is in
Right.
between you and the
Hide
bad
behind,
guy.
right? Sometimes
Matter
it's
of fact,
just
it's
not
kinda
as
mean.
important right now. You know.
It's the opposite of trusting. I love how she's the one who got showered by that attack, and you were like mostly okay.
As I crouch down and kind of huddle, like almost in sort of a self-imposed paralysis, feeling the little orange things hit me again, and like doing like a body scan. Like, do I feel? How do I feel right now? Do I have anything going on? Maybe I should check. While I'm doing that, you would feel a little off your shoulder, and you would find one tiny green lizard sitting there, who would look to you before he slowly ascended. Hands
Yes,
posed.
Hand.
I'm starting to realize, like, is this that time stop thing that's happening? And you're like, no, wait, this is actually happening.
You thought you were weird.
You think you're weird just because you can see time? You think that makes you special?
Watch
This is
as
really
the
happening
biblically
As he is
accurate
going
chameleon
to
rises.
fly, dart towards this creature, and he's gonna need to make
the
me a
whole lizard, he just whoosh.
like at the speed of light, like a bullet. He dives forward. And I'm gonna need a basic will save. This is Shed Spirit. Come on, man.
Did it look spectral, or was it like an actual...
I'm going to use a villain point.
No, AJ, I
No.
haven't hit. I can't hit today, please.
From Ghost of Azan,
Oh.
because this target is gone now.
You're the
So-
new target.
I don't know who to
No,
use them
no.
on. I don't know if they should be. He said
You
use it on
picked a new
whoever.
target.
I don't know if
No.
it should be the chair or the
I think it
next
should be the
person who
chair.
happens to get one. I don't know. He'll have to decide that.
The obvious,
character.
the
It's
obvious
for
problem
him
is
to
that
decide.
we need to have more abilities that make AJ roll, so he has to use them on other things.
Ghost of
other
Azan
than-
with a villain point that says new target declared.
Yeah, nice going, Derp.
Hey, I told you. New target.
Oh, these are solely specific villain points now. All right. Anyway, much better. 38.
Okay. Cool. I'll just pack up and
38 damage?
no, it's a 38 for the save.
Oh, for the sa- oh,
So the lizard just
for that.
Yeah.
just goes right by and just passes right through
It doesn't have a soul.
the flesh of this thing. It doesn't hit the colony, but the flesh is more like a beehive. It's more like a nest. It's not really flesh. There's no part of it to affect. And Greedy just kind of flies back over.
Goes back sheepishly.
But you still get to do
between
the
his
other half
legs.
of it. You get to do the other half of it.
It's equal to half the damage he does.
0.
I give it to Trey.
Trey gets 0 temp HP.
I feel great.
Oh, don't you feel better?
Oh, actually, that reminds me. I had 7.
You have 1 action left, I believe. That was 2.
Yes. For my last action, I'm just going to sustain Stoke the Heart.
Then we come back around to
And
Reginald.
All right. I was like, was that a real chameleon? No.
Greeny?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure, but it's, I don't know, kind of hard to tell. I'm kind of in the middle of something right now.
Sorry. It was just.
Do I like just hold on? Can you like check my back real quick? Do I have any of the?
Is she bad?
She looks like there's definitely like a decent amount of blood from where these things have like punched in
Okay,
and
but
ripped
she doesn't look like
across
she's
her,
getting sick or anything like that.
There's
You
not like any of those
immediately
weird. I can't like reach the middle of it. If you could like just like brush it off or
sure, I
something.
just-
Yeah.
I take my not even the sword. I use the
The cane
sheath.
kind of brush her off.
use
you
the
don't,
sheath and
you
just-
don't see any that are like stuck to her or
Okay.
anything.
I think I'm okay. Oh my gosh.
All right. You seem fine. Let me know if anything gets crazy, and then I go back to the big elf.
Big elf.
It's an elf.
That's a
large-
biblically-
I'm new here. I don't know how the game works.
Biblically accurate elf.
I've seen Lord of the Rings. I don't know.
It
All
looks
right.
similar.
Pathfinder's different, I guess.
A little bit.
So I'll do. Can I do devise a stratagem?
Absolutely devise a stratagem.
Yes, I will do that on him, or it. The thing.
Them,
Them.
It
Right.
is them. It is
The
a colony.
cluster.
It is a colony.
And then I
So you roll
will.
a d20 now when you devise. a
Do I
stratagem.
have to be in melee?
No, you just devise a stratagem, and then like whenever you do attack it, if you do, your result is going to be
Oh, it's a natural 18.
a natural 18. So you have that basically loaded, and then if you attack the thing, the colony,
Yeah.
at any point during his turn, you don't roll. You just get. an
I'm
18.
going to do phase bolt again. Because I leave devise a stratagem 1 action, phase bolt's 2 actions.
You can. If the devise a stratagem has to be applied to an agile or finesse weapon.
Oh, you're
you-
right.
You can't get a stratagem on
That
your
is
phase
why
bolt.
I
That
have
would be
a
game-
crossbow.
That works.
I
Just Alchemist trench coat.
yes, I knock those things off, drop that, pull out my crossbow, take a good
Toink.
gander. I think that is. Boom, and then I take a shot with the crossbow.
All right, so you got it. You roll an 18 to hit. So what's the total?
35.
Definitely hits.
Hold on, 34.
Still definitely hits.
34.
So
Found
then
31.
crossbow damage plus
keep going
3d6.
Oh, it's 31. That's what we're aiming for.
So we'll do 1d6 plus 2. So that's a total of 8.
And then 3 more d6s.
Can I get 1 more d6?
Oh, of course.
Numbers.
Hope you like rolling dice.
I do, actually.
That's good. Pathfinder's a great game for you then because we roll a lot of them.
And then that is 7. So what
So
was the first thing?
15 total?
Is that right? Yes.
Sounds
8
right.
and 7, yes.
And I believe those are.
Yep.
Everybody else looks healthy.
No.
You don't look good.
And never.
Well, but like, are you gonna die soon?
So that's you can drop the cane as a free action, but drawing the crossbow and shooting the crossbow is 2 actions.
Oh, that is.
Yeah, because taking it out is 1. Or swapping, you can put the cane away and draw it either way. However you
Okay.
get it out is an action, then an action
So-
to shoot it, and an action to devise.
So if I'm
So
done.
that's 3, which brings us to MD. It was a good shot, though.
Oh no, I'm below half health.
You're
I'm fine. No, I'm perfectly fine. Don't worry about me. When you hear me say I use Roar's Ferocity, be worried.
That's
Um,
the fear button.
That is the fear button. So we're just gonna do basically the same thing since he can't be flanked. I remember that.
Yep, he sure does
Clearly.
have all-around vision.
It does kind of put us into the repeat of feint, and I just do what I can because our normal stuff doesn't
Well,
work on
he
this
is
guy.
fairly hurt.
So we're going to, once again, I'm gonna take a step back and then do like a little 5-step charge,
Okay.
basically. Shield for the first attack. 13 on the die isn't going to hit. I know that. That's exactly what I rolled
Not
last
second,
time.
probably not that.
Uh,
Are you sure?
and then
You know what you need because you got exactly the last time.
18 on the die.
That's higher than 17. He can't keep getting away with it, and yet he does.
Ha! 8, 10, 16, 20. 20 damage. As another good stab comes through.
He is a 20 damage hit's gonna bring it to death's door. It's not gonna bring it down, but the fleshy kind of fibrous exoskeleton is more accurate than the body of this thing is being ripped to shreds, and the colony inside is starting to just kind of spill across the floor and lose control. It is near falling.
There's no way. There's absolutely no way this is gonna work.
There's a way. It's gonna roll a 20.
I'm gonna attempt to trip it.
Roll a 20.
Yeah, like either way, my chances of hitting it are the same. But
If you fall, you just do a backflip. It's fine.
yeah,
Like,
Do a barrel roll.
16 on the die.
no way.
There's no way.
No
way.
backflip for you.
Minus the 2 from being sickened would be 14 plus 7. So 20.
Doesn't critically fail,
Nope.
but
And then
does regularly fail. And then you're still hasted.
I am so hasted. So you know what?
Do it again.
No.
Not a natural 20. So this thing, still missing the bulk of its colony from the spray. You see what's inside trying to clamber up the insides of the husk and refill the space, trying to get to a position where it can really see around. But for right now, it really doesn't have much outside of just kind of errant flailing. And it is going to flail indeed. It's been stricken pretty hard, pretty consistently by MD, so it's going to take a swing at you. You're doing good here. You have successfully got the attention of the thing. 32 to hit.
32 hits.
32 hits.
Good slap to the chest.
32 hits for boink. 25 points of bludgeoning damage.
I'm assuming you gave me the 10 HP when you sustained. Okay.
And the good news is you don't have to make the fortitude save because you're already hella infected. So
That's the secret.
what are they gonna do? Get more infected? But this strike seems more like, though it is powerful just because the thing is so physically big, it's more just slapping you back away, almost like it's clearing space than trying to actually bring you down. Its attention is turned around towards Trey. And it's going to take a swing. I'm at 3 villain points again. I'll use Oroku-san's to re-roll that 6, because I'm pretty sure I can't hit Fighter-Man with a shield up on a 6. So,
No.
how about a 10?
Yeah.
28.
No.
To hit. I'm like, on a second attack, I don't know that I can,
Without the
Fighter-Man.
shield, that would be a yes. But right now I'm at 30.
Ooh. Then I got Uno Mas. We got one more swing in here. That's it. That went to space. Go on the tray. Nah, it's only 2 higher and it's much lower. So, it's able to fend it off actually with your shield pretty effectively, and it is your turn.
Wombo combo. Same thing I did last turn.
Fighter-Man, he has a plan. Hit the man.
I don't know if he can.
Same thing I did last turn. Same roll and everything.
So big miss.
Yeah. Just
Big swing, big whiff. 1 action left. Was that a knockdown or just a regular swing?
raise shield.
Oh, I put your shield
Yeah,
up.
knockdown, raise shield.
He's swinging. You're keeping the shield up and you're keeping his attention pretty well, and it's having a hard time being able to batter through you, which brings us back to Marius, who
Come on, Marius.
give us the sequence.
We know the
Come
drill.
on, Marius.
Give us the sequence.
Yeah, I'm not here to kill it. I'm here to be a nuisance.
Nice.
That's here to kill it.
Okay.
We cooking.
Yeah, so this is a lot. Okay, so
Give it a stir.
34.
Hits.
Okay. 12 plus 26.
Misses.
Natural 20 for 31.
Crits.
And then 26.
Misses. You have a hit and a crit.
Okay.
And that may be it.
All right. So first one hit. So 13 plus 6 plus 4. 23.
23 points of damage, all right.
And then
Ooh.
13.
13. And I think all that's doubled. For the
I don't
crit?
think if anything, it doesn't double on your
13
shot, no.
plus 10 again, or
Including-
13 plus.
He gets deadly.
Oh, you get deadly. You get the extra die in there,
Well,
too.
the other. Oh, I forgot
Right,
about
'cause
that.
it's bow.
Yeah.
math?
What's the
So add that all up and then add the extra d10 in there at the end.
Okay.
13 plus.
13 plus 4 plus 2 for 19, and then
Doubled is 38.
38
Plus
and then the
D10.
D10.
Oh, he's dead.
8.
46.
46.
Oh my
He's
gosh.
dead. What happens to us? What, Marius?
Ranger man.
The beast is slain. What happens?
I'm like channeling the frustration we've had over the past 2 days, and just like thinking about that sonic explosion and how it still got away. So I'm just bearing down all of these arrows and trying to pop all these little eggs, and just like really just trying to get this whole thing done with, because I do not want to see this thing ever again.
And with an incredible hail of shots raining down from the crossbeam from Marius, you see more and more of these things popping, falling out onto the deck, until finally the hulking husk of the thing itself falls over and collapses. With so few of these little things, these creatures of the colony left inside it, it can barely even hold a shape as it just sags. A just empty puppet of flesh on the deck, with another dozen of these little orange things slowly just trying to crawl themselves away. You cast the body overboard and spend a few moments easily cleaning up what's left of these. No threat left to their own on the deck, as Reese and Skywind too have had no real difficulty fending off the infected fish on the top deck, but keeping them out of the fight with the group of you. A very valuable service with that one. The thing, finally, is dead. For now, that particular nightmare seems to be over. But MD, as you put effort into heaving the heavy corpse of this thing, even just as a sack, over the railing, you feel again how weak and how tired you are. You know this infection is still running strong inside you. You've seen what can happen with these corrupted fish that have come up. You can almost feel it happening inside you. It's a very potent disease, and it's definitely not a sure thing that he'll be able to fight it off, even with our new friend's assistance. There's certainly assistance you're glad to have, I imagine. As the battle ends, all you standing there, mostly okay. I mean, Cammy is probably pretty hurt. MD's pretty hurt.
And now the battle's over, I check over Cammy to make sure she hasn't got bitten and is infected.
I've got a nice, like, stitching down my
A
arm where
little
it
bit.
stabbed me with some of the needles. I'm like, well, that's not good.
Reginald took a little bit shredded. Marius, as always,
I got a little
completely
rope burn on
okay.
my hands
This is
climbing
like a
up.
slight rope burn, clambering up the rigging there.
38.
He's
Oof.
fine. He's fine.
That's a quarter.
I first checking on you, like you're not feeling any kind of sickness or
No,
need a little bit of.
I think I'm
Okay.
actually okay.
All right. Well, can I go do battle medicine on him?
You can do regular medicine on him. The fight's over.
Okay. Yeah. That's
Regular
true.
medicine just takes 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And easily, with that, Reginald would certainly be able to show how efficiently he can tend to more standard injuries.
Yeah.
I have a doctor.
It's still just
Sort of.
the morning. The sun not even yet fully risen. On another beautiful day on the Selin River, everybody.
With that thing dead, the day will be beautiful no matter what else happens.
I don't know.
And then we see Easy again.
You go back inside reminded of what was our comatose bard still sleeping. All of these, though, things we will discover another day. Because for now, we have a new passenger on our voyage. Reginald Fox,
Yes.
investigator, apparently fairly competent field medic,
Somewhat.
Not in a field, we're on a boat.
funny
medic.
cane sword guy with some weird magic of his own, it seems.
Y'all got weird magic.
Weird
Come out.
magic.
They're the minority.
Thanks, everybody, for joining us. Thank you all for being here. Just a reminder of our new schedule. Our episodes come in pairs now. 2 weeks on, 1 week off. And the changing of the guard, as I'm thinking of this pair of episodes with losing EZ and gaining Reginald, is the second of this set. So we will not be here next week. Next Saturday, no Strange Aeons. The Saturday after, we'll be right back here on twitch.tv/UGT show. 3 p.m. Eastern, whatever that time it is in all the other time zones. Check out
2112.
some of our sponsors. Arkin
Thank
Forge, Eldritch
For
Foundry,
at least
Norse
America.
Foundry. We got dice, we got minis, we got a cool map. I like the Arkin Forge map. We do so much fun stuff on it. The color coding for having a billion enemies to fight is incredibly useful for callouts. That's very great. Thank you,
Applause
Arcadis.
for Arcadis. All
Discount
the
code
colors in the
UGT show
rainbow.
on any of those gets you variety of goodies. We'll see you next time, everybody. Until then, stay safe. Stay sane.